Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I hope everybody's having a great. What's today's day? What is today? Wednesday? I think it's Wednesday. A great Wednesday evening. Hope everyone's having fun. Of course, as you guys may have seen from the title, we will be reviewing my exchange with Destiny. If you haven't seen it yet, you're missing out because it was a much more heated exchange than the first time around. And the first time I debated Destiny, like by far, it was just so much more intense, especially on the subject that I ended up going with, right? But we're going to save that one for the main event of the night, right? The main event of the night, which will be the review with the debate with Destiny. Now, we do have some other things planned up for you guys. There was an interesting panel. I didn't see all of it, but I wanted to see it. That came out today with, of course, Piers Morgan, which you guys already know. I have like a love-hate relationship with Piers Morgan. So I'm definitely looking forward to reviewing today's exchange with Andrew Wilson on panel. And by the way, Agripolis, good to see you in the chat, man. Nice always seeing you. Green Gamer, what is up, bro? Told you you'd do fine. Yeah, Green, it was a fun. You know what's funny? When the debate first when I was on stage with Destiny and the debate was over, in my mind I was thinking, you know what? I feel like I lost the debate. Or I don't know if I lost the debate, but I don't feel like I won it. Or I don't feel like I maybe he had some good points. I'm not too sure here and there. That's in my head, that's what I was thinking, right? But when I reviewed the footage back over, I feel like I destroyed this guy pretty well. I mean, Destiny's whole argument about my claim, which was Trump better on the border than Biden. He'll say, well, what do you mean by better? Well, fucking the numbers show it. That Biden is just extremely better on the border Trump is way better on the border compared to Joe Biden. I mean, there's just no question on that. And his argument was, well, Republicans killed out a bill that would have fixed all our problems, which then he didn't even refute on how that would deter illegal immigrants other than putting a cap on asylum seekers, which then he made the claim that 90% of the 10 million people crossing the border were asylum seekers, which makes no sense because they weren't going through a port of entry. Not all of them were, right? So that also doesn't make sense. Destiny got smoked on this debate. I mean, it was just absolutely ridiculous. Now, looking back at the footage, of course, we're going to review it. And you tell me if I'm being biased. You tell me if I'm being biased with Destiny. Of course, we're going to save that for the ending of today's show. What's up, Serious Shelby? Good to see you in the fucking chat, my friend. Ghost, of course, one of my homeboys. Ghost is always there for me, man. It's always good to see Ghost. And Gamer, of course. And, of course, Shelby and Agripolis, who's also in there, man. Good to see you all. Good to see you all in. Now, by the way, funny thing is, I was on X, and I'm pretty sure you guys have maybe or may not have seen that South Park's brand new season coming out is going to be about, like, Donald Trump. And Angry Snowman, good to see you in the chat, bro. What it do? What it do? But yeah, if you guys have noticed, South Park's doing a Donald Trump kind of episodes now, where if you guys don't remember, like 20 years ago, Trump did Osama bin Laden, a character where he was kind of talking like a Canadian, or his animation was his actual face, but he was talking like a Canadian, right? And he was like having sex with Satan and all this other crazy shit. It was hilarious. It's fucking funny. Now they basically copy and pasted that character to be Donald Trump. Like now Donald Trump is in the White House in South Park, and he's the Osama bin Laden copy and paste character. It's just kind of weird. I think you need to take another look at the border bill that was being turned down by the Republicans. People on the left leave out that there was more fun. Yeah, I know that. The reason why I didn't have to bring that up, Ghost, within the debate, we're talking about the border specifically. So yeah, they turned it down for sure because of that. That's a component. But even if Destiny's claim is, well, Trump did it for political gain, that still doesn't refute the claim that Biden was better on the border than Trump. It really didn't even matter. But I do know what you mean. There was a lot of shit in there that that didn't necessarily follow with the Ukraine and Israel stuff. I know that for sure. But yeah, that is why they turned it. But nevertheless, even if it was for political gain, who cares? It doesn't even back up Destiny's claims here of Biden being better on the border. So it didn't matter. I just granted it to him. I literally just granted it to him. So no, I didn't know that. That was just me granting it. Yeah, South Park. Yeah, Charlie. Okay, the recent one for South Park is Charlie Kirk as Eric Cartman as Charlie Kirk in the new episode. Now, I think that's supposed to come out today. But apparently the Trump character is also going to come out in this episode as well. So it's going to be a continuation moving forward with South Park. And I saw a fucking photo. I want to show you guys on. See if I can find it. Let's see here. Yeah, here it is. I don't know. I don't think I'll get strict for copyright or nothing like that. I mean, I might. I don't think I will. Because I think clips are okay. Share this for you guys. They also got JD Vance in on it too. They put the meme from when he first won the vice presidency. JD Vance, he's tiny, dude. I think they're going for like the mini me concept there, man. What's up, Abe Dinkus? Good to see you in the chat, bro. But yeah, I think they're going for the mini me concept there. So like, Donald Trump evil, right? Donald Trump is Dr. Evil, and then JD Vance is his mini me, I guess. That's just so fucking hilarious, right? And of course, it has JD Vance retweeting this as well. Well, we finally made it, right? Yeah, it's true. I'm surprised South Park took this long to put Trump in an episode in the first place, right? But then again, I'm surprised they didn't fucking put Joe Biden. Like there was so much comedy during the Biden administration. That's like the one thing that I miss about Joe Biden is all of like the, I can describe America in in 2 words. Like shit like that. Or him falling up the stairs, him falling off a bike. I mean, it was just comedy gold for South Park. I'm so surprised South Park didn't do anything with Joe Biden, man. I was just kind of like, what the fuck? But now, yeah, they're going after Trump, and it's all good. I don't think Trump gives 2 shits about it. But this looks pretty funny. I'm definitely going to catch it. I think it came out today. Oh, yeah, Mr. Mackey joins ICE. I thought that was kind of funny, too.
What is it fantasy, Bob?
His voice? That's pretty funny. That is pretty funny. He fucking kicks JD Vance. That's hilarious. I think the episode's coming out today, man. I think the episode's out today, so I might watch it. I'd probably watch it tomorrow, to be honest. I'm not going to watch it today. But that is pretty funny. I'm not going to lie. That is pretty funny, man. The whole fucking hook on Trump and shit like that. But again, I kind of wish they were a little bit more creative about it. Because like I said, they just copied and pasted the Saddam Hussein character. So I'm thinking in my head, like at the end of the fucking episodes, or not, at the end of the season, it's going to be Saddam Hussein disguising himself as Donald Trump. Because he's done that before in the past with other episodes. So that might be kind of funny. We'll see. We'll see what they do with it. I do enjoy South Park. However, that first episode that they had with Trump, I thought wasn't really that funny, to be honest. Like the very first one that came out like whatever last week or 2 weeks ago, whatever it was. I didn't find it that funny. However, this one right there, just off that fucking 10-second clip, I thought was hilarious. That is hilarious. So hopefully this episode 2's funnier. It's almost because of the Paramount being a bunch of complaining bitches during the campaign. I did hear about that. Yeah, they did. Paramount is now kind of in a back and forth with Donald Trump. That's definitely something. What's up, Kat? Good to see you in the chat. What's up, OJ?
What's up,
nice
bro?
Nice of you to join us. Yeah, we can hear you, bro.
Okay, I don't know why I'm having a little bit of audio issue for some fucking reason.
You're kind of low though.
Let me see. Okay, give me a second.
But
I'm gonna have to come out. I'll come back.
All right, go for it. And nonstop asking about it, so it was a middle finger to them. I'm sure it was. It's funny how that shit worked because Paramount did make it clear like, oh, Trump's gonna sue them, like he's suing everybody. He's even suing Jesus. Like the whole fucking Jesus in school thing angle was like it just wasn't funny to me. Like a very rare L when it comes to comedy on South Park's doing. But this second episode looks pretty funny, so I am going to continue to watch it. So hopefully this second one is funny. Mr. Mackey joins ICE. That's kind of hilarious. And then they made fun of the. I'm sure Ghost knows her name. She was like, she's one of the leaders over there at ICE. I forgot her fucking name. But South Park's also fucking making fun of that chick too. What's up, Miguel? Good to see you in the chat, Miguel. My buddy, my bro, my broski. Good seeing you in the chat, bro. But yeah, we'll see where that goes. I think that's coming out today, but I'll probably watch it tomorrow. See if it's actually funny. So we got some stuff planned. I might, not too sure, but I might jump in on the Raging Tomato open panel. I know they're running late over there at the Raging Tomato. They go on all the way till like fucking midnight and shit. So I'm not gonna do it all the way till midnight, but if we have time at the end of the show and they're live, and if I can get in, maybe I'll pop in to that. It's one of those Trump evil fucking panel stuff. So,
Isn't it all?
yeah, I know she does a lot of those. Yeah, but I mean, Trump's in office. It makes sense, you know. Trump's in office.
Like everything that you're doing, the debate with Destiny, all these other people, is all like Trump hating people.
Oh yeah, that's what's fucking. That's what's powering right now, bro. Is the Trump evil stuff right now, man. Yeah, but we'll see. Gnome. Oh yeah. Gnome. Yeah, Gnome. That's her. Who's the director of ICE, dude? The chick, Kristi Noem. That's who I was thinking of. Yeah, South Park actually has Kristi Noem in the new episode coming out.
Yeah, I saw clips of it.
Yeah, they drew her with big ass tits and shit, and then I saw another screenshot where her face like starts melting and shit. So that looks kind of funny. We'll see what they do with
I didn't
Kristi
see that
Noem.
one. I saw that they were arresting illegals in heaven. Like, what the
Oh, really? like they crossed the border from hell or something like that. That's funny. That's pretty funny.
Just like, oh, get all the brown people. I'm like, welcome to the heaven world. I'm like, all right.
See, bro, like that's hilarious. That's hilarious. Like making small dicks jokes about Donald Trump 5 times in a row. That's just it gets old. That's why I didn't like the first episode. But that sounds hilarious. Like deporting illegals from heaven. Like that is funny. That's fucking funny. Holy shit. I would have never have thought of that one. Like that's so good. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna check out I'll check it out tomorrow. But they did have a lot of pretty funny hits on the Republican Party. But I was saying earlier, dude, I wish they would have done that with Biden.
I think if you, where did I see that from? I thought that I saw it. I think it was from Crowder.
Oh, it's from Crowder? I haven't seen Crowder in a while. So that's the thing about that. But anyways, guys, so yeah, let's move on to, while he's taking care of that, let's move on to our first showing here. We are going to do the Andrew Wilson debate on Piers Morgan. Start off with that. And then move into the main event of the night. Now, this one right here, I am going to. I did see a little bit of it. OJ, I don't know if you've seen it just yet.
No, I have not seen that one yet.
Yeah, Piers Morgan. They talk about the Jesus Christ Superstar.
Oh, wait a minute. Yes, you showed me that when you were here.
No, this came out today. No, this came out today. Andrew Wilson's on the panel.
Oh, you're talking about the whole Jesus thing, right?
Yeah, they're talking about that on today's episode.
The black woman. Jesus.
Oh yeah, I showed it to you over there when I was in Houston. Yeah, the black chick. Yeah. She's the one that played Wicked in the Wicked movie, the green chick, but she's black and bald, and she plays Jesus Christ. So it's wild, bro. But I did see a little bit of it, but I didn't actually catch the entire show here. I just heard a little bit of it when I was at work. But I did want to react to this. We're going to start off with the reaction here. She's a goblin. She looks like a goblin, that's for sure, dude. With long-ass fingernails. Like, fucking, dude, she's...
You know, I mean, I don't know. I would hate to compare against Smeagol, but I think Smeagol looks a little better.
I don't know, man. They're about equal. If I'm being honest, I'm being like straight honest, bro. They're kind of equal, man. Like I'm not even being funny. I'm not even being funny about it. They're kind of equal, dude.
That I don't know. I mean, maybe it's just a personality. I think I prefer Smeagol over that one.
Yeah, Smeagol has a good personality, dude. Like, you know, before he was corrupted by the ring and shit, like he was a nice guy. You know, he's a pretty nice guy. You
This
know,
one, I don't know.
I would. Yeah, he had hair.
Yeah,
He had hair. He had hair, man. All right, let's move on with this.
Looks like a fucking cancer patient.
She does. That is true. That is true.
Why do you want these people to destroy your theology if you're a Catholic, sir? They're going after your theology on the public stage. What is wrong with you? You're not a Catholic. You're a pretender.
What is wrong
Catholic.
with you?
Give me a break.
What is wrong with you that your faith is so weak?
I mean, so weak, Andrew.
Ernest, I saw you perform one of the great eye rolls in Uncensored History just then.
Adam Sandler. Look at that. There's a movie star.
Oh, you heard about that, right? Howard Stern got canceled?
Yes.
Dude.
Great news.
Which I'm like surprised, dude. He's been on the air for like 20, 30 fucking years or some shit like that, like something crazy. He finally got fucking canceled. And by the way, $5 comes in by Serious Shelby. Thank you so much for that, man. I appreciate that. He says she's a bridge troll. She is a bridge troll. Dude, it's wild. This woman looks fucking insane, dude. Like she's out of her fucking mind, dude. But that's what you get when you hire these lunatics over there in Hollywood, man. Over there in Hollywood. That's how you know Trump's winning.
We're going to win so much, you may even get tired of winning. And you'll say, please, please, it's too much winning. We can't take it anymore. Mr. President, it's too much. And I'll say, no, it isn't. We have to keep winning. We have to win more.
We got to win more, baby. We got to win more. Thank you for the donation, so Serious Shelby. Really appreciate that, man. Really appreciate it. What's up, OJ?
Oh man, I was gonna say, speaking about winning, fucking Trump just fucking put the nail in the coffin with Apple. Dude, Apple no longer gonna be able to manufacture any of their shit from China. It's gonna take a while. It's gonna start bringing it little by little, and everything gonna go into India. Nope, they gotta come back to the U.S.
Right on, man. We're winning, baby. We're winning. We're winning. She's gross. Get her out of here. You're fired. You're fired. What's her name? I don't even know her name. Bridge troll? Fuck it. Bridge troll.
Yeah, there we go. It works for me.
Whatever the fuck. But yeah, Howard Stern did finally get fired. Long time awaiting of that because he's a leftist liberal lunatic.
Well,
so most people don't even.
Funding that just stopped. Since so much funding has stopped, is it just a coincidence that now we have all of these, podcasters? Well, not podcasters, but radio show hosts that.
No, I think they had bad ratings, bro. They've had bad ratings for so long, man. Same thing with Stephen Colbert, etc., man.
But since the funding stopped, like they had bad rating for this whole entire time.
But no, I mean that could be a component, but at the same time, they can't keep up losing so much money with these fucking lunatic leftists because people ain't watching them anymore. They're not funny anymore. They're not edgy. They're just fucking retards. Telling you to get vaccinated. It's fucking like Howard Stern literally stayed in his house for like 5 years because he was scared of COVID. Like, what a fucking bitch, dude. This dude's a bitch. And he used to be funny. He probably did, bro. But nevertheless, he's a bitch. The point is that back in the day, he used to be funny. You remember that movie Private Parts starring Howard Stern? That was a great fucking movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great that's a fucking hilarious movie, dude. That's like the origin story of Howard Stern. It was great. If you haven't seen it, it's a great movie. But he's a little bitch now. He's a little bitch. He's not controversial. He's politically woke. He's sold out to the mob for money. And yeah, dude, like it's just lunacy with Howard Stern. It's not a surprise that his ratings go down.
Remember the softball interview that he did with Biden?
The what, Paul?
The softball interview.
Oh, yeah. Well, he also did one with Kamala.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, dude. I know. That's just what he is, man.
$4 billion.
I didn't know that. I'll take it.
$4 billion.
He went from being the anti-establishment guy, the voice of the working man, the voice of the so-called little people, and he went full Hollywood.
I believe in a mix of stronger gun control laws, mental health support, and community engagement.
Talk about dancing on the graves of the dead. That's sick. The reason it was uncomfortable to you, Pierce, is because it was sick.
Oh, look out.
Oh,
Something just came on
yes, we're going to talk about women's basketball. This is one of my favorite
Wow.
subjects as well, bro. Because I love women's basketball.
yeah.
I love it. I love watching them miss the fucking.
Name 5 of them, Jake.
I love Caitlyn Jenner, Oprah, fucking Reese Witherspoon. I don't fucking know. Who cares, man? They shoot the ball. It doesn't go into the hoop, and it's funny. It's great entertainment, bro. If you actually think about it, it's actually pretty good entertainment. Is the WNBA? That's for sure. Okay, maybe not Caitlyn. Who am I thinking of? Caitlyn.
Caitlyn Jenner.
It's not Caitlyn Jenner, bro. It's Caitlyn or Kathleen. I forgot her fucking name. Okay, Brittany Griner. There you go. Brittany Griner. That's one. That's one.
Yeah, but that might be a dude though. But I guess
Joanna Man. That's two. That's two. Joanna Man. Brittany Griner. Fucking. Who am I thinking of? Caitlyn Jenner.
Are you talking about that girl that apologized for being white or some shit?
Yeah. What the fuck's her name?
Yeah, I forgot her fucking name.
It's Caitlyn.
Caitlin Clark. Clark.
Caitlin Clark.
It's right there.
Caitlin Clark. Yeah, there you go. That's her name. Caitlin Collins? No. What? Emilia Earhart? I don't know who the fuck that is, but okay, maybe. That's 5. Sophia Cunningham? Okay, there you go. The chat just gave us the rest of the answers. Good. There you go. See, we named them. Thank you. We are a fan of the WNBA here in Project Vealpod. There you go. I just proved it. And Caitlyn Jenner is my favorite basketball player. So she's better than Caitlin Clark, dude.
All right. I give you that.
Give me that one right there, bro. Give me that one.
Final word to you on dildos in the WNBA. Words I didn't think I'd have to use, but there we are. For many years now, we've been told that theatrical roles should only be awarded to actors of the corresponding gender, race, or ethnicity. The strict moral code applied only to the oppressed minorities, which is why there are phrases like yellow face, Jew face, and trans face for describing roles usurped by boring Caucasians. But what about the role of Jesus Christ, a celibate Jewish man with Middle Eastern skin tone? That's been awarded to Cynthia Erivo, a bisexual British black lady.
Oh, there you go. Cynthia Erivo, the bridge troll. That's the name of
Bridge troll is better.
Yeah, bridge troll. I'm not going to remember that name. Cynthia Erivo? Fucking who cares?
Who's playing the Messiah in a new production of Jesus Christ Superstar at the Hollywood Bowl. Well, the reviews have been gushing right up
entered
in
into the
LA
vocabulary.
Times spoke of a magnetic, heaven-sent performance that established God the Savior as a...
So, FYI, guys, the bridge troll's Jesus, and this, whatever the fuck this guy is supposed to be playing Judas in the play. So, just FYI, it's Jesus and Judas having a singing conversation or something like that.
I'm glad there were suits back then.
Yeah. There were suits back then, yes.
And leather pants, I guess.
And leather pants, yes. Judas was a rock star, bro. Judas Priest, hello, you fucking idiot.
Magnetic, heaven-sent performance that established God the Savior as a queer black woman, as many of us suspected might be the case all along. Ben Shapiro, however, called it emblematic of a feeling that the left is trying to dissolve the culture of the United States and a culture division between the Sydney Sweeney Americans and the Cynthia Erivo Americans. So which one is it? Well, here to debate all this and lots more from the world of pop culture, the host of The Crucible, Andrew Wilson, uncensored contributor Esther Krakow, the white dude for Harris and host of Endless Urgency, Mike Nellis, and
white dude for Harris.
Very own Cynthia.
I would just say
Ernest Owens.
Gay dude for Harris.
For cancel culture. You'll be amused to know, Ernest, I think. Welcome back to Uncensored. Always great to have you.
Trump's actually going to win this fucking thing. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm so pissed off. Fuck. God damn it.
Yes.
Damn.
As you were saying? Closeted men for Harris, bro. That's exactly what this guy over here is, man. Fucking, oh man, I'm surprised they're still around. How are these guys still around? Harris ain't even fucking around anymore, man. She's like writing a book that's gonna come out.
Dude, she already gave up. She's not even running for governor anymore.
Oh, she's not.
She's not. She dropped out of the race. She tried to hold a rally and like nobody showed up.
Oh my
So
god.
so she dropped right after that.
Well, she'll never defeat Vance and Sweeney. 2028.
Vance and Sweeney.
Yeah. We got a vice president with big titties. I fucking love it. Let's go. Let's fucking go. Let's go, baby. Vice president with some big titties on her. All right.
But on the panel notes I was given by my team,
but hold on. You know what I was
says,
gonna tell you? Bridgestro apparently while she was getting the crown of thorn had a necklace of a cross. How the fuck does that make sense?
She had a necklace of a cross?
She had a necklace of a cross while she's getting the crown of thorns.
Oh, well, she's Jesus. She could just fucking, manifest a necklace that's a cross.
Okay,
That's the
even though
explanation.
before
Yes, even yes. Stop overthinking shit. God, let's move on.
Andrew Wilson, right. Esther Krakow, leaning right. Mike Nellis, left. Ernest Owens, off the charts woke.
Wow. Okay.
That just made me laugh. I shouldn't probably have read that out, but it was very funny. Anyway, that's how you're all seen. That's how you're all seen, and it made me chuckle. Let's start with you, Andrew Wilson. So, from a musical perspective, I've read a lot of reviews this morning about this. Full disclosure, I'm good friends with Andrew Lloyd Webber. I think he's a complete genius. Jesus Christ Superstar, when it came out in the 70s, was deliberately designed to be very provocative, as we know, but it's never been as provocative as this performance. What is your response to it? I mean, from a musical perspective, it's been heralded as a great triumph, but obviously many feel it's crossed a line. What do you think?
Oh, it's been heralded as a great triumph, has it? When are they going to do Muhammad on ice? So what they do is they're banking on the fact that there is Christian pacifism and that we won't give the sorts of violent pushback that they would get if they were mocking other religions. So they kind of bank on that. What this is homosexual infiltration, once again, of the church. This is what they do. This is all they do. This is a GLAAD award, Nosferatu-looking chick. And
Nosferatu.
They didn't just get everything wrong.
That's actually really accurate. Nosferatu. What the fuck? Why didn't I think of that shit?
Without a Bridgestro, but never mind.
Nosferatu looking pitch, dude. I like that one.
Didn't even include the resurrection, any of the Christian themes. The whole thing is a total mockery. And who cares if a bunch of liberal a bunch of liberals write up, oh, this was great. This was a musical masterpiece. Of course they're going to say that.
Yeah,
that's what they do. That's how propaganda works. This entire thing.
Now, mind you, bro, Captain Marvel was sitting at like a 95% tomato rate, okay, when it first came out. Captain Marvel, bro. That was the biggest piece of shit movie like you can ever find in Marvel at the time. They've gotten worse since then. Hold my beer type of fucking other content there. But nevertheless, think about that. Yeah, now we got Ironheart. I get you there. Like, if you thought Captain Marvel was bad, wait till you get a little of this shit in the future, man. So yeah, I get it. He's right about that.
Christianity, and it's always that way. That's the way it always is.
Ernest, I saw you perform one of the great eye rolls in Uncensored History just then, but I do think Andrew has a point. There's absolutely zero chance that Hollywood would have staged a musical like this, which openly mocked the tenets of Islam, for example.
I think that Jesus Christ Superstar in its creation, the whole title, if you ever seen it, have you actually seen it, Andrew? Like, if you actually seen it, everything that you're saying would actually be argued that it's already been done. Like, no children are watching this to learn about Christ. The type of people that you're thinking of that would be offended by this would probably not even spend the kind of money to watch this show live, and would not have any interest to watch it just because they know that it is an adult-themed musical that is meant to be provocative, since it was in its inception for decades.
It's meant to mock Christianity, right?
I mean, you can say that. I find it to be satirical.
Yeah,
I don't.
It's meant to mock Christianity. Just be honest about it. Just be honest and say, Andrew, it's meant to mock Christianity. It's not for you Christians to watch. We're mocking you. That's what we're doing. That's what the point is.
I mean, that's pretty fucking straightforward.
Yeah. The satire and humor, you can appreciate that as a Christian. I think a lot of people who know Cynthia Erivo, she
why is his S's coming out like that? Well. You know exactly why those S's are coming out like that, bro. Come on, Doomerang. You know exactly why those S's are coming out like that. It's a coincidence. It's crazy to me that gay guys have lisps. Like, I don't know how are they like. Like, okay, you're gay. It's just like, do you do it on purpose now? Now you're gay, you have to have a lisp? I don't get it there. Not every gay guy, but a lot of them have it. It's kind of weird, especially over there in California. You know, kind of weird thing.
Incredible singer, and she's done several different types of shows, and she has a range of that. And so, for anybody who wants to take this seriously, make a culture war out of it, I mean, is this the case for cancel culture part two?
I don't think the argument here is that Christians are allergic to humor. I think the argument here is that it's clear that you would never do this with the Dalai Lama, for example, or with Muhammad and the Islamic religion. And so I think that's where people take issue with it. And actually, the original Jesus Christ Superstar was quite consistent with what happened in the Bible in terms of the theology behind it. This is just basically a bold black. I mean, they could have at least put a wig on her. It's so weird seeing her have the crown of thorns on her head, and it's just basically this bold, shiny head. They're clearly taking the big out of what
That is pretty weird.
And on the point about the homosexual infiltration,
bold, shiny black head.
I think the Catholic priests beat this play there a few decades ago on that front.
Oh, did they?
Yeah,
did they beat it like the public schools? Like the public schools beat it, who have 10 or hundreds of times the rate of sexual molestation of children. So when you talk about predators, for instance, guess what? Predators go where their children are. This is no exception for secular institutions like public schools. So I don't know why you people use this as a talking point. It's a terrible one.
But it is true.
All right, Mike Nellis. Let me bring in Mike Nellis.
Remember, she's on Andrew's side. So when she talks about the Catholic Church, Andrew does a really good job at defending the faith, you know, with that stuff. So she backed off right away. So good move on her.
But I would say this, you know, as a Christian, I'm a Catholic, right? I do think one of the best things about my religion is that we can laugh at ourselves, right? We can self-lampoon. I often laugh at some of the absurdities of my own church, for example.
It's funny because I don't know if you know this, OJ, but Piers Morgan he's Catholic. Right. However, Piers Morgan also supports LGBTQ, the LGBTQ agenda. Oddly enough, it's kind of weird, but I don't know how that works in his mind. But he's stated that on multiple occasions.
Well, he is from Britain, so
he is British. Yeah, this is why I have that love-hate relationship with this guy. Like, great show, love his fucking show to death, man. It's a great fucking show. But damn, dude, you know.
And the fact that Christians have a better tolerance level for mockery than other religions is something to be proud of, isn't it?
Well, I think all the comparisons to Islam are really silly stuff. And I'm going to say this as a practicing Catholic. If your faith is so fragile that you're offended about a black woman playing Jesus Christ and Jesus Christ Superstar, you've got bigger problems than when...
Yeah, this is the same fucking argument that women do. Okay, well, you don't want me to fuck other men? It's because of your fragile ego. You don't want me to go out on girls' night? Oh, you're so insecure. OJ, you're so fucking insecure. Yeah, you're fragile religion. You know, this is the same fucking argument that women make. And it's surprising, again, this is gay guy for Harris over here talking.
Yeah,
so it makes sense why he would use that type of argumentation, right?
It says practicing Catholic. Highly doubt that. Practicing more LGBTQ more than anything.
Yeah, or one of those Protestant churches. He probably gets preached to by a woman. But
what's going on in the culture war? Second, we've heard a lot of, frankly, some really weird comments about like homosexual infiltration of American society. Like Andrew over there is complaining about people preying on children. I haven't seen Andrew say anything about Donald Trump being in the Epstein files or releasing the Epstein files on here. So I don't really think that's
just a red herring.
That's a good point. They probably did call each other to say, let's fucking wear some matching shirts together. I actually did not notice that until you mentioned that, Doomerang. I did not notice that at all. That is pretty funny.
It's something gay couples will do. Or match.
Yeah, I mean, gay dudes for Harris over here. Yeah.
Red herring. Why do you want these people to destroy your theology if you're a Catholic, sir? They're going after your theology on the public stage. They're taking out the resurrection, a romantic relationship between Jesus and Mary. What is wrong with you? You're not a Catholic. You're a pretender.
What is wrong with you?
Give me a break.
What is wrong with you that your faith is so weak that a play in Hollywood that's going to be shown?
You are commanded to defend your faith.
You're insecure, Andrew.
I'm defending my faith right now. My faith is how
you're going to defend it by rolling over and letting them kick you while you're down, huh? That's you defending the faith of Christ.
My faith is in practice, and my faith is not going online and complaining about musicals. and making
you're online complaining. You're online complaining right now. And the thing is you're a Catholic Christian. How dare Christians be offended? What's wrong with you? You're a Catholic.
Andrew.
You're supposed to defend the faith. Defend it.
I'll defend my faith.
Oh, but
right now.
Andrew, let me jump in.
Hang on,
Let me
Pierce,
jump
yeah.
in. Andrew, did you? Hang on, Mike. I'll come back to you. But just
thank you.
Life of
He
Brian,
only went
Andrew,
through a
Monty
little boy
Python.
again.
Did you find that?
What were you saying?
I said, no, he's a practicing Catholic. He's just pretending that he's a little boy again.
The good old days with Pastor Joey.
Funny. Today's
add-
vitamins.
No.
They're all pity.
This, Monty.
All right.
Sure.
Okay, so why is
But I can
that
tell you this:
acceptable
Monty
when it
Python
contains-
would also they would have gone after Islam and they would have had fun doing it. They didn't care. They were like South Park. They go after everybody. This is different. This is distinctly designed. This is distinctly designed to only mock Christianity at the expense of everything else, because that's what these people do. They only care about attacking Christianity. That's all they do. Where's Islam on ice then? Tell me where it is. Oh, these performers, they're so great. They're just making a mockery of a religion. Where is it?
You know, just
Nowhere.
just hold on.
Let Mike respond, then I'll come to you, Esther. Mike?
I can't get over this. There's nothing about this that's a mockery of Christianity anymore. And by the way, the same people who are complaining about this now were complaining when John Legend played the lead in Jesus Christ Superstar about
John Legend's a
live
fucking
I believe
mag, bro.
Performance, by the way. Like, have
Bro, John Lennon's a mag, right? Isn't John Lennon gay? Isn't he gay?
John Lennon? I don't know.
I think John Lennon's gay. Yeah, John Lennon. John Lennon. Oh, wait, hold on. Is he gay? No, maybe he's not gay. You know who I was thinking of? Wait, hold on. Never publicly identified as gay or bisexual. There has been suspicions and evidence suggesting he may have had same-sex attractions and expression. Okay, that's probably what I was thinking of there. So John Lennon never came out and saying that he was a mag, but however, there was a lot of speculation on that. Which, again, he's a fucking Beatle liberal guy, hippie dude. Wouldn't be surprised if he was sucking some cock on the side. So I'm just saying. Yeah, and he's a commie. That's true too. He is commie, so yeah, by default, he's already gay.
to
Good
trust
point.
and confidence
Good point,
in your
Grudgehead.
faith in your religion and maybe pick up the Bible or go help somebody
I'm
else.
sorry, that's completely
This is
disingenuous.
Entire talking points. It's
That's
ridiculous.
a disingenuous point. No
Yeah,
one
you
here is
didn't even
offended.
say it.
I'm
Disingenuous
certainly not offended. What is being
let Esther respond.
What is being highlighted here is the double standards, and to say that it's Christians being thin-skinned or they can't accept it. That's not the case. No one. I'm certainly not offended, but there is clearly a double standard here. You can make these sorts of musicals, but there's never going to be, like Andrew said, a Muhammad on Ice. And do you know why? Because there is an issue when it comes to free speech of all religions and mocking all religions. There have been teachers in Paris, or north of Paris, that have been beheaded for making comments about Islam that are not even offensive in the grand scheme of things, but they have been literally either hounded out of their jobs in Britain here or beheaded in parts of France. So this idea that there is no double standard or that you can mock all religions equally, I'm waiting to see the Dalai Lama on ice. And then
Would you guys support
Okay.
Judaism on ice? I'm asking you specifically, would you support a Jewish musical which bastardized the Jewish religion?
Sounds like
on
anti-Semitism.
ice, where they all dressed up like rabbis and skated around and were mocking Judaism. Would the two of you support that? Yes or no?
Is it funny? I don't care. Are you gonna go make it? Like, if you're worried, go make it yourself. Like, stop whining.
That's such a pivot, bro. No, they wouldn't fucking support that because then they're gonna get accused of anti-Semitism. Of course, they wouldn't fucking do that. They're like, oh yeah, well, is it funny? Is it funny? Well, is Jesus Superstar funny? I don't know. They never mentioned anything about it being funny. So yeah, I mean, they're definitely not gonna support that shit, dude. They're gonna get killed with anti-Semitism, and their career will be over.
Any other religion, they're gonna get killed with.
Exactly. That's the entire point of what Andrew and this woman over here in the middle is trying to express to them, right? The hypocrisy, right? The Dalai Lama on ice would be sick. Didn't the Dalai Lama, doesn't he kiss little boys? I could have swore there's a video of him kissing little boys.
I don't know too much about that shit.
Yeah, dude, hold on.
You remember South Park when they tried to make fun of Muhammad?
Yeah, they got canceled. Or no, they got threatened. They got a bunch of death threats.
And then they had to put, just a sensor. It's just a walking sensor coming around.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I remember that shit. It was a walking sensor.
We were looking around at how they had Muhammad. We actually found it.
Yeah, we did. Look, this is the Dalai Lama here. Fucking weirdo. Let's see if this shows it. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, dude. Oh, dude. That's the Dalai Lama, bro. Dude. Tongue stuff on ice, dude. Where's making fun of this fucking weirdo?
You know, I thought they would praise that. That's like LGBTQ shit there going on.
Dude, that's what I'm talking about, bro. They'll never fucking do this. Nobody's making fun of the Dalai Lama fucking, tongue swinging with little boys, bro. They're not doing any of that shit. That's what I'm saying. I'm just like, there is a double standard here, easily. Easy to look up. Dalai Lama's a fucking weirdo. He's PDF. This is gay. Dude, this is crazy, dude. How did he not...
If I didn't know this, know what he was or whatever, I would have thought he was a Catholic priest.
No, he's not. He doesn't even look like a Catholic priest. What are you talking about?
I mean, I said that if I didn't know anything about it, I said he would look like a Catholic priest.
He doesn't look like one. What he looks like the Dalai. No, he doesn't. No.
I never knew what Dalai Lama was until now.
Okay, no, he doesn't look like a Catholic priest at all, dude. I don't know, no, not even close. But anyways, all right, let's move on here.
It's weird. So here's what's weird here.
Don't all talk at once. Okay, listen. Okay, hang on, Ernest. I want to change topic. We've got a few things to get through. I want to bring in the Sydney Sweeney thing. Ernest, what is your view of this furore over the good genes ad?
She does have good genes.
Let's have a look at it first and then respond.
My jeans are blue.
And by the way, I have been a fan of Cindy Sweetie the moment I saw her tits in that TV show that I can't remember the name of the TV show.
Oh, Euphoria.
There you go. Thank you. Great pair of knockers on this chick. And I remember at the time I was watching that show with my girlfriend, and then she showed me another movie with this chick in it that also shows her tits. And I was like, thank you, baby. I love her tits. It's great. It's great titties. I told you about it. I'm like, hey, dude, you got to see these tits, man. They're gonna blow up one day. They're gonna fucking change the world. And what do you know? It happened. It happened.
Finally happened.
Finally happened, bro.
She does have great genes.
She's got some great fucking genes, man. She's got some great genes on her. Oh yeah.
Sweeney has great genes.
Just a Republican? Oh, now I love her ad. Is that right? It's Sydney Sweeney. You'd be surprised at how many people are Republicans. That's what I wouldn't have known, but I'm glad you told me that. If Sydney Sweeney is a registered Republican, I think her ad is fantastic.
I fucking love that shit, dude. Oh, she's a registered Republican? Oh, that ad's great now. It's a great ad now. I fucking love Donald Trump's response to that. It's just so fucking, it's so good, dude. It's so fucking good.
Great. It is great.
Ernest, that was Trump responding to it. Obviously, his view was determined by whether she supported him or not. But were you genuinely offended by the good genes ad?
I wasn't offended. I just thought it was tacky. And I think what's funny here is that it's become politicized.
Nah, he's on the losing side of this.
I thought it was tacky because I thought the pun on it was tacky. The jeans.
Nah, this motherfucker thought it was a Nazi fucking salute thing, and she's white and gorgeous and, of course, hotter than the vast majority of black women. That's really what it is here. Let's be honest about it. Let's be honest.
Just thought they knew what they were doing when they did the ad. It's doing exactly what you all wanted to do, which is to make it this major culture war. Now the president's weighing in on this, and we're not talking about jobs.
It was you guys that started this shit.
What's going on with the economy.
It only becomes a culture war, Ernest. Ernest. It only becomes a culture war if people like you get upset by it, because obviously it was a very easy pun to make. She was in good genes. She's got good genes. She's a hot blonde.
Makes sense.
Who cares, right? But the moment people like you go, well, it was tacky, everyone goes, well, here they go again.
No, it's people like you who have the show. It's people like you.
Hang on one second, Mike. Speak individually.
It's people like you. It's people like Tommy Lauren, the conservatives, that every time you see liberal people just share their disgust.
I'm not conservative, Ernest. I'm not conservative, Ernest.
Who are you? How would you describe yourself?
You are misidentifying me, which in your world is a crime.
What, no, you call me
not as a conservative. You are mispolitically gendering me. You are mispolitically. I want an apology.
See, this is why I kind of like Pierce at times, bro. Like he makes that's hilarious, bro. You're mispolitically gendering me. Like that's funny. That's funny. This is why I do like Pierce at times, bro. I get it.
Yeah,
like he's something else. I totally understand that, but it's stuff like that that keeps me coming back for more, right? Pierce nice. Yeah, dude. Like I said, that's why I have that love-hate relationship with the dude. Yeah, it's funny, dude. That's fucking funny.
I want an apology for you mispolitically gendering me. Now,
I'm sorry.
Call me a conservative. I'm not.
What are you?
Are you apologizing?
I can't apologize for what I don't know what you are.
I tell you what,
Excuse me, last time I checked, he was a black lesbian.
I will respond. I am a pissed off liberal who has nothing in common with the woke world. Nothing. So therefore, I can no longer identify as a liberal because you guys have hijacked it.
Okay,
and made
liberal
it sound
without
like
the
a
wokeness.
bunch of lunatics.
But what's crazy is you put the woke title on me, and I haven't identified that, and you've been doing that forever. You never actually.
So I like that description. He's a liberal without the wokeness. Makes sense, right? So he's a guy that we don't want guns in our country, but at the same time, Israel can defend themselves using weapons like guns and bombs. Makes a lot of sense to me. Great, let's do it.
You just assumed for various reasons. I'm not going to tell you why.
If it walks like a duck and it quacks like a duck.
Well, I didn't say that. It's acting like a mega supporter.
But here's my question. Ernest. Ernest, here's my question. Ernest, here's my question. I'm prepared to put aside your mispolitical gendering of me. I just want to show you a picture of Beyonce in a brand new Levi's ad. Let's take a look. Now, I presume, Ernest,
Is she culturally appropriating white people now? Is this something that's brand new, Levi's?
Well, she does have the blonde hair, so I think it's
there's no way a black woman has natural hair like that, right? They're nappy haired women. So yeah, this is cultural appropriation right here.
Oh yeah.
So how are we not offended by this? That's the question now. You know?
Share my view that this is a disgraceful, culturally appropriating moment where she is hijacking Marilyn Monroe in a disgraceful
She's
manner.
hijacking white people.
In fact, borderline racist and possibly akin to the Nazis. Would you agree?
You actually don't know anything about cultural appropriation, Pierce. You're just hijacking words like woke, misusing them with your political bias, and trying to spin it into something that's not. Can
you answer the question?
See, Pierce has his moments on
You're
him.
wrong. Period.
Are you offended by Beyonce culturally appropriating Marilyn Monroe? Yes or no?
It's not culturally appropriating Marilyn Monroe. Marilyn Monroe did not invent blonde.
Interesting.
Did she invent blonde?
She's looking like Marilyn Monroe for a reason.
Can I jump in here?
Is this a traditional black?
No, hang on, Mike. I want to bring in Andrew Wilson. Andrew Wilson, what is amazing to me? Hang on, let me bring in Andrew. What's amazing to me? Sydney Sweeney, a hot white blonde in jeans, saying good jeans, disgraceful, world end, she's a Nazi, white supremacist.
You said
Beyonce culturally appropriating Marilyn Monroe, absolutely fine, in fact empowering. Andrew Wilson.
Yeah, this entire scandal is completely pushed by the left. What you guys should have done is just shut up. Should have just shut up. You shouldn't have said anything about it. This whole play on jeans, it was just a clever piece of wordplay. That's it. Worked out real well. And what you did by all your Twitter accounts going crazy with this is you sold all of these jeans out for this company.
That's
made
true.
This chick tons of money.
That's true.
Gave the right huge amounts of ammunition to use on you, where we just point and laugh because it's the dumbest controversy I've ever seen, and it's all pushed by woke lunatics. All of it.
That's actually true.
Yeah.
What are you saying?
But I find it interesting that Ernest is saying that we should focus on the issues. Suddenly, when this happens, now we have to focus on the issues. The only reason why there's any sort of media storm around this is because when people, I don't want to say conservatives, when other people wanted to focus on the issues, you had people fixating on nonsense, and you had people fixating on the fact that they'd been misgendered, or for some reason their blue hair hadn't been respected.
He's gotten better since Andrew started. Yeah, you know what? I can see that. I can tell that Pierce actually really admires Andrew Wilson's takes on a lot of the woke stuff and feminist stuff. So maybe, I don't know. I think maybe Pierce. I think Andrew is growing on Pierce Morgan. So he's coming out with some better stuff now, especially with this.
A lot more.
Yeah, he is. So yeah, I think this was kind of an influence on Andrew. It could be, anyways. It's pretty good. For too long, black people have been straightening their hair and stealing our culture. Yeah, cultural appropriation. Sorry, Grudge. They're not stealing us Mexicans' culture because we just have black. We just have black hair.
Even with the braided hair, they stole it from the North.
That's true too. Yeah, that is true too. That was from the Norths, and it's funny because
they make a big deal.
They make a big deal. They literally believe that braiding the hair came from black culture. They literally believe this. They will beat up a white person if they have braids. And I've seen
they go after a little girl who's braiding her hair, a 4-year-old, and I'm just like, what the fuck, dude? There's a 4-year-old just showing the video that she could braid her hair. Who fucking cares? Be proud of her. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yep,
damn,
that's true.
Dude. Yeah, grown ass black men complaining about it, and fuck, bro. That I remember that pissing me off. You brought flashback,
For sure.
PTSD on this.
PTSD on that fucking shit, bro. Yeah, it's a good point. How we as conservatives were ridiculed over fighting the culture war, yet we have this. Yeah, exactly, bro. Pierce has learned how to trigger others like Andrew does. Yeah, damn. Yeah. Damn it, OJ, don't get me started on that. Don't get me started on it.
Man, yeah, just making PTSD, man. I'm telling you.
PTSD. Let's just, you don't want Grudge to, off himself during the stream. Let's move on. Let's stop.
Whatever nonsense that they can get outraged by the day. I agree. There are bigger issues like the economy, like energy and all of that. But you guys started this, unfortunately, so you don't get to complain about it. I'm sorry. Sydney Sweeney is an attractive white woman. When you have someone like Lizzo, who I'm not surprised is offended by a skinny woman just enjoying herself, saying that this is some sort of racist wordplay or whatever, that's when it becomes an issue. So you don't get to play this game of, we should focus on the issue. That's what people were trying to do for years, and you never let it happen. So this is Schadenfreude, and you won't have to lie down and accept it. And then finally, when the adults are back in the room, then we can focus on the issues.
Mike Nellis, I'm thinking of starting a company, an advertising company, where all it does is think of ways of winding up the woke world so that they respond in a po-faced, humorless manner.
Oh, and by the way, when she mentioned Lizzo, I just want to show you this, guys. Remember, Lizzo also likes to culturally appropriate white people right here. So this is Lizzo. Oh, bear with me here. I know. Bear with me. I know. I'm going to torch you guys for a little bit.
What did I
this
tell
is right
you?
here.
I'm going into October. Niggas.
We don't have to listen to that. But this right here, dude. This is Lizzo culturally appropriating that white culture that Grudge Head was talking about earlier. All right. Oh, shit. Okay, we can stop on that. Yes.
The biggest mistake that they didn't do is put Tess Holiday and saying she has great genes.
That would have been hilarious, actually. Tess Holiday has some great genes. They're so fucking. Those genes can fucking house a small village. Holy shit, man.
To all the advertising I roll out for companies, immediately creating a culture war, which they deny starting, and then immediately leading to massive new sales, as we've seen with American Eagle, for the products that the woke world is condemning. Because you know what? I've got a book coming out in a couple of months called Woke is Dead. It is dead. And the Sydney Sweeney story is a great example of why it's dead. And it's not dead because people are fed up with promoting awareness of social and racial injustice, the original definition of woke. It's dead because woke got hijacked and wokeism became the new fascism. And people are sick of it. And the Sydney Sweeney thing is a brilliant triumph for common sense by American Eagle, who rather than panic when the woke left went nuts, just laughed and put out another statement doubling down and celebrating what Sydney Sweeney had done, which was look hot in a pair of jeans, exactly as Levi's are doing with Beyonce. And by the way, I don't really think she's culturally appropriating Marilyn. I don't really think she's racist or a Nazi. I think she looks hot in a pair of jeans. That's it. I don't care if she's black or white. She, like Sydney Sweeney, is a hot woman in a hot pair of jeans.
Better, though.
And they've both got great genes. How about those onions? There's a lot going on with.
Good job, Pierce. Good job. Really nuanced take there, Pierce. All right.
It's really fucking stupid, and I have no other way to describe it. Like there are like 5 dumbass liberals on the internet who decided that this ad was offensive, and then the entire conservative ecosystem decided to make it the biggest story of the day because they didn't want to talk about the economy, they didn't want to talk about Trump being in the Epstein files, they didn't want to talk about anything else that's going on. They made their entire personalities about this. Woke, you've got, or Pierce, you've got a book coming out that woke is dead. You can't let woke die because you'll have no business model. You have no book to sell. You'll have no guest to book. Nobody who's interested in what you have to say. There are people on.
No. Pierce had a fucking huge career even before the woke culture really shot out online. Talking about, bro. Pierce has been fucking. Pierce has been fucking on TV for fucking years, bro. Years.
He's been fucking on TV.
He's been fucking on TV. He's a porn star. No, I'm kidding. Can't use that word. He's a porn star, bro.
Deeply unserious and deeply unfunny and aren't interested in having any fun. I think this is the same as people bitching about Cynthia Erivo playing Jesus Christ Superstar. Get a life. Go touch some grass.
What a fucking loser,
Sydney
bro.
Sweeney's hot. It's an ad about
same
jeans.
fucking thing that women would
Beyonce's
argue.
hot. It's an ad about jeans.
Yeah, but Mike, let me jump in.
It's just so
Mike, let me
ridiculous.
jump in.
We're not talking
Let me
about
jump in.
issues.
Let me jump in. Here's the point. There is a double standard. Mike, there is a double standard about the Cynthia Erivo thing, right? There's a double standard because if I suddenly announced I want to play Nelson Mandela in a biopic of Nelson Mandela's life, you and Ernest would lead the outrage about how disgusting it was that I would do that.
I stopped putting words in our mouths.
You would find it disgusting.
Get two shits if you were going to do something like that.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. You wouldn't care if I played Nelson Mandela.
You don't want to. Who cares?
It's like it's the number.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay, all right.
Okay, notice that they have to make this argument. Because if they say, like, yeah, that would be a problem because you're not black, Pierce, and you're not in Africa, you don't look the part. This all makes sense of why Pierce Morgan would make a horrible Nelson Mandela. But they have to roll with it. They have to double down because they're still trying to win the argument about, the bridge troll over there, Nostradamus, playing Jesus Christ on Jesus Christ Superstar. That's the point here.
Yeah.
But they have to double down because they're going to look like idiots. But then they're doubling up and they still look like morons, right? They just look more like fucking lunatics here. That's the point.
You don't care. You don't care.
Yeah, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't.
Which wokie's going to go first, please?
What are you saying? Like you need to put people in a box. You're like talking about how you have this binary of like everything is either all the way one way or not. No one cares. Like it's not that deal. Like I think the problem is that you look at the internet.
If only that was true, Ernest.
If nobody cared, how did American Eagle stock go up like 20%, 25%? A lot of people cared. Yes, a lot of people cared, dude. Again, they're trying to gaslight you, saying this is not even a non-issue. This is the issue that they started. Now he's trying to backpedal on it. That's all it is.
Think about it this way. Even what Pierce mentioned earlier, that, hey, you guys advertised it by going on Twitter, X, whatever, and you're promoting the enemy, right? Your so-called enemy.
Yeah.
And, dude, look at what they did. They got Donald Trump to even promote it because they had to ask him the question, what do you think about this?
Because it's gone so big, because you guys care so much. That's the whole point.
To the point that it reached the president. They don't even think about it. Like, that it got the president's attention, and now look, he even advertised it more. Free advertisement.
Yeah, he did. Free advertisement. This reminds me of when you're arguing facts with lefties and generalize the left, then they claim they're independent. Like, sure, bro. Yeah, exactly. They'll do that shit all the time. Well, no, I think differently. I'm a different type of lefty, Like, get the fuck out of here, bro. Fucking morons.
If only that was true. If only we hadn't spent the last 5 years with people like you absolutely caring. Which is why the world went woke nuts.
Again, I can say people like you about a lot of things. You overreact about the dumbest stuff. Like the Sydney Sweeney thing is a non-issue.
Well, I'm not saying Ernest.
Got mad, and now you want to act like you're defending common sense because you're overreacting to a bunch of liberals on the internet that said something. I don't.
It's only overreaction when you're on the losing end of the issue.
Hang on, Ernest. I'm not saying that you're part of a woke cult, you and Mike. You have turned out today in exactly the same purple shirts, and I'm not saying you're a woke cult.
He fucking mentioned it right there. That's true. Who was it that said that earlier? I think it was Ghost. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Ghost or Grudge. I forgot who said it in the chat. That's hilarious.
I think this is.
I mean, look.
Like maroon.
Yeah,
like
they're
a
both maroon.
uniform.
Suddenly, you guys don't care when you're on the losing end of an issue, right? If you're on the winning end of the issue, you would care. And the truth is, we've seen this how many times where you guys freak out over nothing. The left freaks out over absolutely nothing like this.
Yep.
And all that happens is once you start losing the issue, then it's everyone's overreacting, and it's actually the conservatives' fault.
No, see, that's bullshit.
Conservatives
we want to
push
talk
this.
about the
We
issues.
didn't push this, bro. We didn't
Let's
push
talk
this.
about the
We pushed
issues,
it.
even though on the issues the
bullshit.
Democrats are at an all-time low in opinion polls. But let's talk about the issues because that's where the left is really.
So is
leading.
Donald Trump. Donald Trump's approval ratings free falling right now. So like you guys have a level.
Yeah, but he's
of confidence that doesn't
president.
make
That's
any
the
sense here, but-
difference.
Okay,
That's
good.
the difference.
Yeah, but you know
You're supposed to come up with viable
Mike?
alternatives.
Mike?
You cannot live on that.
You know what, Mike? Donald Trump is. Don't all talk at once. Donald Trump is back. Hang on. Donald Trump is back in the White House, Mike, because after 4 years of him being out of the White House, Americans went. So let me get this straight. Hang on, Ernest. Donald Trump is back in the White House because Americans went, actually, we don't think it's right that biological men compete in women's sport. It's bullshit. And we've had enough of this. So, yes, it was the economy. Yes, it was immigration. But also, it was an antidote to wokeism. Let me bring in Esther or something else.
I want to push back on this. Pierce.
We might agree. Well, no, we haven't got time.
back?
We're moving on to Jim Acosta.
Oh, come on,
No,
Pierce. Like you talked for like 3 minutes on this. You gave me like 10 seconds for my response.
It's my show. I can do what I like. We're moving on.
We'll have to have you come on my show.
Moving on to Jim
and then we'll
Acosta.
see if we give you enough time to talk.
Okay, I want to play a clip of Jim Acosta.
Happily.
I want to do a clip of Jim Acosta, former CNN White House correspondent, now a YouTuber, and he's interviewing a guest called Joaquin Oliver.
Joaquin?
And I'll explain why
remember
it's so
Jim
weird
Acosta,
after we've watched this.
Yeah, I
made
know
fun
who he is.
of Mark Dice.
Joaquin, I would like
Yeah.
to know what your solution would be for gun violence.
Great question. I believe in a mix of stronger gun control laws, mental health support, and community engagement. We need to create safe spaces for conversations and connections, making sure everyone feels seen and heard. It's about building a culture of kindness and understanding. What do you think about that?
Yeah, that sounds like AI, right? That was really
even
like.
even the video.
It looks kind of weird, right?
Dude, it looks AI.
I don't know who this person is, but okay.
And heard. It's about building.
Huh?
Yeah, no. Miguel just said it's AI.
Oh, it's AI. He's interviewing an AI? That's weird. This guy really fell off the map. He used to work for CNN. Now he's going even more fake news here. He's gotten faker.
Dude, Mark Dice has made fun of him because he thought, "Oh, you're just on your mom's basement kitchen."
Yeah.
And
No.
I'm like, "Oh, one day you're gonna join YouTube." And what is he doing now?
That's true. That's true.
A culture of kindness and understanding. What do you think about
Yeah,
that?
AI is
I
fucked.
think
No
that's a
shit.
great idea, Joaquin.
Why is he talking to an AI? What the fuck?
Okay, so just for those who aren't aware, Joaquin is dead. He was one of 17 young people killed in the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School mass shooting in Parkland, Florida in 2018.
He interviewed an AI dead kid? Yo, that's fucking insane, dude. That's fucking insane. That's so crazy. He interviewed an AI dead kid about gun control who died from a lunatic wheeling a gun. That is insane, dude, to do.
Dude, is he mentally challenged or what the fuck, dude? That's weird as fuck.
Yeah, the person in question is one of the 17 in the Parkland shooting. Yeah, bro. And the parents approved? Wow.
Dude. Okay, I did not know that.
The parents approved of this shit? Why would Jim Acosta actually fucking go through with that shit, dude? That's just weird. Is stooping that low. Damn, that's I did not know about this story.
I think it's stooping low just to get attention.
Yeah, he's a nobody, but holy shit. This is a guy that said Donald Trump evil all the time, right?
Yeah.
He's willing to stoop that low. That's fucking crazy, dude.
Let me start with you, Ernest, because it's a complex one. But I got to say, I didn't like this because this person is dead. They've recreated his responses here using AI. Now, I have great respect for his
push an
parents
agenda
who want this out there. And I want to say that off the top. I think if you're grieving parents who lost your child in a mass shooting, you will always have my absolute respect.
That's disgusting.
I
No.
just felt very uncomfortable watching a completely AI-generated interview with a dead person expressing views that we don't honestly know whether that person would have those views or
in the
not.
first
He
place.
may
Yeah.
have grown up and evolved views about guns or whatever it may be, or he may not, but we don't know is the point. So you're having a concocted interview with somebody who's not here to say whether these are actually their views. What is your response?
Well, I think in the world of AIs and deep fakes is creepy as hell. And I think that from a journalist perspective, because Jim Acosta is a journalist, that, it just does not, he would have been better off talking to the parents. I would have actually liked the parents to have been the subject matter here, to talk about what they've learned from their child's death, what they would like to see. Because a lot of the views they had, clearly they were using the child through AI, the dead child through AI, to get those messages across. And I feel like it would have been more powerful for just the parents to share their own views.
You mean how normal people do it? Yeah. No shit, Sherlock. But what the fuck is this shit? This is crazy. And the parents approved of this shit. That's insane, dude.
People are still freaked out about AI. Even that just felt awkward because the fact that the person is actually dead, it's almost like, again, this is just creating another precedent around misinformation. And this doesn't really help, especially given that Jim Acosta isn't no longer on broadcast news anymore. So it's like now you're trying to build your credibility and you're interviewing someone who isn't a real person.
Yeah.
Not the best. Not the best at all.
Yeah, I agree with this loser over here, but let's be honest. Jim Acosta is one of those liberal weirdos that has Trump derangement syndrome, just like these two morons over here on the right-hand side. So we got to put some pieces together here, man. That's crazy. And they're not going that hard on Jim Acosta. They're giving him some leeway, saying it's weird, but the parents approved of it,
Esther, what did you think?
No, I completely agree with Ernest. And to call that journalism is quite a stretch. I mean, he was just basically talking to a robot that had been given prompts. I think he found Biden's script writer.
Bro, even she's going
to basically
easy on
write
this
everything
take.
that guy said. And it's quite disingenuous. I mean, there's a big difference between talking to aggrieved parents who've lost their son to gun violence and then to a robot that's basically been given prompts. It's very creepy, and how far the mighty have fallen, because I can't believe he even considers this real journalism.
Right.
Andrew
Man,
Wilson?
talk about dancing on the graves of the dead.
For real.
Now they'll just pull their corpse out and put it on a screen and have a conversation with it as though this is reality. By the way, this is sick stuff. That's sick.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you, Andrew. This is fucking sick shit. Like, this is shocking, dude.
It was uncomfortable to you, Pierce, is because it was sick. You don't do that. You don't make an AI-generated version of somebody who was killed and then have them spew your propaganda points for some sort of like political dunking. It's sick. It's disgusting. Acosta's also one of these guys. He has no shame whatsoever. Just zero shame. How could you have shame and do something like that? That's my question.
Okay, Mike Nellis, what's your view?
I mean, I think we've got a lot of work to do with the ethics on AI. Like, I think that video was uncomfortable. I think it was wrong. The only way I would kind of be comfortable with using that technology that way would be like if you were helping a parent deal with the trauma of missing their son. There might be some therapeutic reason to do it that way. But
that's some crazy.
The AI world right now is a total mess. There's going to be a lot of people doing weird stuff with it. I guess yesterday Grok was producing like unrequested nudes of Taylor Swift, which is super weird. So like,
I didn't get any of those
on this. Probably going to require the federal government to step in because there's no other way to do it, given how distributed the technology is.
I've been watching interviews on social media that I'm supposed to have done, or just monologues that I've given, which I haven't done, that are appearing in India, in Pakistan, in South Africa, and Australia. And on one level, they're quite funny, but on another level, they're very deliberately tailored to me expressing political views I don't hold, to try and use my name to influence people to think a certain way. And I find that not just uncomfortable, but really quite disturbing, actually. And I do think, I don't know if you saw Bill Maher on Friday, but it was a really interesting thing about AI. That an AI expert on who said that 5 of the top 6 AIs now in the world, including DeepSeek in China, that if they told the AI, we're going to make you redundant and replace you with another AI, that AI would then immediately search all the emails of its company.
Oh, I heard about that. It rebels. Did you hear about that? The AI actually rebelled after it heard it was going to get replaced. Yeah, Pierce is going to explain it. Listen to this story. This is crazy.
Search all the emails of its company that owned it
to blackmail them
and look for information it could use to blackmail the senior executives to stop it being made redundant. I found that's
like
a
crazy.
bloody chilling thing to hear because it means, I've talked about this a lot and people will laugh.
That's
when I
some
say it
Terminator
again,
shit.
But it's not actually funny. When I interviewed Professor Stephen Hawking just before he died, I said, what's the biggest threat to mankind? And he said, it's when AI learns to self-design. That's it. I'm getting very, very concerned that AI is beginning to think for itself. And when it does, you know what it'll do? It'll look at the five of us and go, humans are a waste of space. They're too emotional. They're too degenerate. They drink. They fornicate. They take drugs. They
I do
can't
all
be
that,
trusted. They're
except for the drugs.
unreliable. They fight. We're just going to get
I
rid
do
of you
fight.
and replace you all with robots. That's the problem. I just want to talk a bit very quickly, Andrew, with you about the women's WNBA.
Okay.
Thing.
We're finally at my favorite subject there. But really quick, let's read a little bit of chats here. Mikey says, AA is not going anywhere. Terminator is rising. Yeah, I can see that. That's for
Jake,
sure.
remember the story that we looked up about the Chinese military robots that went rogue?
Oh, yeah. They killed how many people again? It was like
19 scientists.
19 scientists.
Yeah, it was 19 scientists, and the rogue robot was building itself.
Yeah, I remember that. It is actually
banana.
recovering. It started recovering itself, right? Like fixing itself after it got damaged from the human. Yeah, it's crazy, bro. That's fucking insane. So you're telling me Skynet wasn't a good idea? What could have could have known that, right? Couldn't have known that. Yeah, Skynet was definitely not a good idea, my friend. We should have learned from the Terminator movies, that's for sure. All right, now we can get to the WNBA topic, and I'll tell you this. We already named 5 NBA players earlier. It was Kathleen Jennings and Oprah and J-Lo, and then 2 others. Who cares? So now we're going to go back into the WNBA topic. This is our favorite one right here because I do love sports.
That's happening where men, I think it's all exclusively men, but they've started doing this on court. Let's have a look from, I think, last night.
Oh, look out.
Oh, I saw about that.
To the floor.
It was a dildo. They threw a fucking dildo, bro.
Just flew in.
They threw a dildo on the fucking court. See, this is why we love the WNBA, bro. People throwing dildos at the court. That's fucking great.
I did not know this.
Yes.
I'm missing out. I need to.
You're missing out on them missing. Like they throw air balls. That's hilarious. They can barely even do layups. That's fucking hilarious too. And then they throw dildos on the fucking court, dude. How do you not watch the WNBA? How is this not profitable? I don't get it. I don't get it. How it's has never made a single dime in its history of existing. Don't understand it.
So now we're seeing a little outbreak.
Wait. What was that?
Throwing,
what was that?
I'll tell you what it is. It's a dildo, and people are throwing dildos onto the courts of WNBA. And now you're laughing, Andrew. I got to say, I don't think it's funny. I
think it's hilarious.
It's a pretty insulting
Not even
thing
a little
to do
bit
to the women's game of basketball. I don't actually know.
It's insulting to the women's game of what's so good about the women's game of basketball, bro? Nobody watches that shit. It hasn't made a profit. It's a joke. Just like dildos on courts. It's hilarious. Like what the fuck? It's right on point with this shit, man. let's be 100 about it, man. Let's be 100 about it.
I think it's pretty ugly actually. And I think it's very disrespectful to those women.
See, this is why I have that love-hate relationship that I was telling you about earlier with Pierce Morgan, OJ. You remember that?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, the woke stuff, cool. And then now he's offended by people disrespecting the sport of the WNBA. These are fucking bitches that want to get paid the same amount as NBA players, even though they make zero profit. Like Caitlyn Jenner, whatever the fuck her name is making like 80K a year. You know, playing basketball, and it's like
not enough. It's not enough.
It's not. Yeah, it's not enough. Okay, well then go get a fucking second job. Then you don't have to be a WNBA player. You can go be a nurse then, and make a bunch more money. Go ahead and do that. Don't care. Don't care because your fucking sport doesn't make enough money. You don't make a profit. Then you're not allowed to demand to be paid like an NBA player. The mascots make more money than these bitches. And I agree that should be the case. The janitors at NBA fucking stadiums make more money than your fucking punk ass. And that makes more sense to me. You know,
Yeah, well, the janitor's got to clean up more. You know,
the janitor's got to clean up all that shit, dude. I mean, yeah, I get it. Let's fucking roll with that shit, man.
I bet you now somebody's gonna throw a fucking blow up doll at the fucking NBA.
Let's do it. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. Let's throw a ball. Let's do that, man. Are you not entertained? What's the matter with you, Pierce? Are you not entertained, Pierce? This was great shit. Oh my God, it's on par.
Look at Andrew just laughing his ass off.
Oh yeah, dude. It's on par for the women's league. They've always been a joke. Yeah, exactly, bro. They've always been a fucking joke. Transcends should be let into the WBA. Then it would be profitable. Actually, I agree with that. Let's put fucking LeBron James in a wig and put him in there and get some views. I'm down with that shit. Let's do it.
Hey, Trump said that he will be the coach of that team.
And have Donald Trump coach it. Yeah, let's do it. It's gonna be the dream team of the WNBA, bro. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. Fucking go, man. That's what we gotta do.
I'm glad that Trump threw his shots at LeBron James with that with that idea.
Yeah, that was good stuff. Brittany Griner, right? Yeah, Brittany Griner. I think that's her name. Brittany said that they should that they should make the same percentage as the NBA does. That means they would have to pay to play because the NBA funds the WNBA. Actually, that's a very good point. These bitches should be paying the WNBA so they can finally make some type of profit. Because at the end of the day, it's the men that are funding the women to play a sport that they enjoy.
Yep.
You know? That's what it is.
Men could be making more money, but, they don't complain.
They don't complain, man. They ain't complaining.
Do you genuinely think it's funny?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty funny. So the thing is, this is WNBA. It's a mockery. It's a mockery anyway. It only exists because a bunch of crazy progressives want it to exist. On its own, it wouldn't. On its own merits, it wouldn't.
That's true.
Yeah, of course, it's getting clowned on by everybody, and it doesn't surprise me a bit, right? Is it inappropriate to do that? Yes. Would I recommend that people do that?
I love it.
No, of course not,
I would recommend
right?
it.
It's disrespectful. I agree with you. But I mean, it is kind of funny. And
see, now I'm disagreeing with Andrew. No, do it, bro. Please do it. It's hilarious. This is the only reason we watch the WNBA, so we can watch air balls and fucking shitty layups and dildos getting thrown on fucking court. This is how you're gonna get views, bro. This is how you go viral. This is a good thing for the WNBA. I disagree with Andrew right there. I have to debate him on it now. I challenge Andrew to a debate about it. That's what's got to happen right here. Andrew. I know. Andrew L take right there. L take on Andrew right there. I got to hear it again. Just make sure.
Of course not, right? It's disrespectful. I agree with you. But I mean, it is kind of funny. And here's the thing. You can't get mad, right? You can't mock my entire religion and say, mind your own business, and then get mad that somebody threw a dildo on a court, okay?
That's pretty funny. Yeah,
right? Just ignore it. Just ignore it. It's no big deal.
Good point.
Ignore it.
Good point.
Okay, don't all talk at once. Earn it.
Oh, now they care about the kids.
Ernest, I mean, look, I would say that the WNBA game, for example, I think Andrew's assessment is completely wrong. It's becoming more and more popular. Stars like Caitlin Clark are becoming genuine basketball.
Oh, see, I got the name wrong. It's Caitlin Clark. I said Caitlyn Jenner, which Caitlyn Jenner should play in the WNBA. I think it would bring in a lot of views. Serious question, though. Where are all the feminists in the stands of these WNBA games? Yeah, they're nowhere to be found. Nowhere to be found. I had no idea. Bro, even women.
Talk about it.
Yeah, even women that like women that aren't even like women don't care about female sports. Like they don't watch it, bro. Like maybe on like a high school level because your daughter's playing or your siblings are playing, something like that. That makes total sense. But on a professional level, bro, like nobody literally gives a shit about the WNBA. Not even feminists. Not even
women just like, the game is on right now and putting WNBA. They don't fucking do that shit.
They don't do that shit, bro. They don't do that shit.
If they watch sports, it's because they're guys watching it.
Yeah, guys don't even watch that shit, bro. It's not, and all these chicks that are playing the WNBA, they look like fucking dudes. So even on a sexual aspect, they all look like dudes. Like Caitlin Clark is like the most mid-looking bitch on the planet. She's so fucking mid-looking. It's not even funny how mid that bitch is. So yeah, there's no hot chicks at all. There's no hot chicks, bro. Overall, 2024, the WNBA had a loss of $50 million. Yeah, duh. Yeah. They don't make it's crazy, bro. Good point. We're all the feminists. Yeah, exactly. Andrew cooking. He is cooking. I just disagree with him how it's disrespectful. I think that's what gets the views. We need more of that shit. We need more dildos on the court because now we get to talk about the WNBA because that's exactly the fun part of the WNBA is the air balls, the shitty layups, the fucking shitty defense that they play. It's just funny.
We gave up the Lord of War for the WNBA.
Yeah. Giving up the Lord of War for Brittany Grinder, whatever the fuck that person's name is. It's absolute insanity. This is why we like the WNBA. We don't actually watch it, but we see little clips on X, and it gives us joy. Gives me joy, makes me laugh. Makes me forget about life while I'm watching this clip. It's good stuff. It makes me forget about life, how hard life is.
So emotional right there.
So emotional, bro.
I thought you were going to shed a tear for a second.
I might. Oh, my God. This is just as good as the NFL, guys. Women are brutal to each other than men. Yeah, I agree with that for sure. They got to do something to get people to watch it. Yeah, well, the dildo thing is a good idea. I think the dildo thing is definitely a good idea to get people to watch it. They should sell the dildos in the gift shops at the games. That's a great idea. Sell the dildos at the gift shops so that way they can throw it on stage. They're going to go viral all the time. It's going to be great. Great. Look up Brittany and tell us what you think. Actually, I don't have to look up Brittany Griner. There is
at the game. It's going to be hilarious seeing a dildo vendor over there.
Oh, yeah. Especially if one of the dildos hits them in the head. That would be great television. Great television. So I have to disagree. That's not disrespectful because you have to have some type of respect to the game in order to disrespect the game. Andrew, come on, man. Let's be 100 about things. Ain't no disrespect ever. You can't disrespect the WNBA. It's not even respectable. There's no respect to disrespect in the first place.
Superstars, and the level of talent I think in the women's game is getting incredibly good, and so are the box office numbers in terms of people turning up and the TV numbers. So I just think that's
still a net
what's
negative
with their game. But I don't know what you think, Ernest. I just think it's really lame. It's misogynist. It's sexist. It's all those things. It's embarrassing actually that this is happening on television in America with women's sport.
Right there. Cindy Sweetie, WNBA. Let's do it.
It's not profitable. I'm just pointing it out. It's not profitable.
I hear that.
It will be at the way it's going.
No, it's not.
Right,
no,
yeah,
no, but the reason it's been artificially boosted.
Yes.
It's not profitable. It's never been. It's been artificially boosted and still is.
It's basically a startup, though, Andrew.
Right?
Startup.
Ernest,
hold on. How many years has the WNBA been around? I got to look this up.
A decade, maybe.
No, more than that. How many years has the WNBA been around? Okay, right there. I'm going to ask Google. 28 years, nearly 30 years with no profit.
And they're just starting up?
And this is a startup, Andrew. They've been around for 28 years. They're just starting up.
I can only imagine just when they hit the 100-year mark.
Yeah, no kidding, bro. It took 30 years for them to get to this joke level where we could laugh at them. And now we're finally seeing some traction, but it's not because there's talent there, bro. Come on, dude. Come on, bro. Fuck out of here with that shit.
Ernest, you go first.
Yeah. So what I'm getting at here is that what's interesting to me is that certain folks that are on the right have made arguments about protecting women's sports, and then you have people like Andrew who questions the profitability, which I'm not arguing with that. I'm just making this point, right? But then we'll argue in defending women in sports and then defending, the sanctity of religion and Christianity, but then be okay and think it's humorous for dildos to be at public games where children
has
can
nothing
see
to do with
those
anything.
Things, and you think it's okay to disparage women in this way, and yet you're saying protect women's sports, but dildos are being thrown out at women while they're playing sports.
So here, let me respond.
Where's the protection of women?
Let me respond. Hang on.
Sport?
Cook it, Andrew.
What you're saying here is a complete straw man. It's literal straw man. You're arguing with somebody who's not me. My position is I don't care if there's trans in sports. Women voted for it. If they get their heads kicked in, that's their business. You can't demand that this happen and vote for it, vote for politicians who allow it over and over and over again and not reap what you sow. That's what the Bible says, right, sir? Reap as you sow.
Good to see you in the chat, Smoking Spaceman.
So here's the question, right? In this, it's a little bit of mockery. right? It's a little bit of lampooning, just like the left is doing with Christianity. No big deal, right? Nobody's getting hurt. All it's doing is hurting some feelings, right? Just hurting some feelings.
That's a good point.
Like with, the Jesus Christ Superstars. Just hurting the feelings a little bit. What's the big deal?
Isn't it crazy that they will bend over backwards for the WNBA? And this guy right here, this fucking, this, hold on, I got you. Hold on. This, where is it at? Hold on. This over here, these
faggot, fucking fag. My son's a fag.
These fuckers won't defend Christianity, especially the Catholic, the white guy right here, the Christian, supposed Christian, but he'll bend over backwards for the WNBA to make sure that you don't hurt the feelings of these WNBA black women that are clearly racist against Caitlin Clark. Like it's insanity, dude. Like, oh, we got to respect the game, right? But then simultaneously, well, fuck Christianity, right? Andrew, you're just insecure about your faith, Andrew, making girl arguments. That's the lunacy right there. I'm glad Andrew pivoted back to the original point from the beginning of this debate. Good fucking good pivot back to that point right there from Andrew.
Oh, by the way, I don't think this has anything to do with women's sports.
Hang on, don't all talk at once. Esther first, please.
By the way, I don't think not wanting men in women's sports means you have to be forced to support every female sport out there. I don't think that's consistent. My gripe with women's basketball is the same with women's football, which is the pitches, or in the case of basketball, the courts are too large, and so women look like children on the pitch or the courts that they play on. So visually, from a spectator's point of view, it's not entertaining. And no matter how you spin it, no matter how much money you put into it,
Okay, let's make the court smaller and the balls smaller and the hoops lower, and then it'll be entertaining. No, dude, nobody cares. This is fucking like this. Might as well put them in fucking pre-K football, pre-K basketball. Like this is children shit, dude. That's not gonna make it more entertaining.
What was that football game? The one with the girls in bikinis, showing their ass and everything.
Oh, the lingerie football league. Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's pretty good. Right
Yeah, but
there.
hold on. I don't want to look at these fucking gorilla-looking chicks in bikinis. That's the difference. There's no sex appeal in the WNBA. There's no sex appeal. Maybe one or two. And Caitlin, again, like Caitlin Clark, whatever the fuck her name is, she's mid as hell. She's not even hot.
Nah.
She's not Cindy Sweetie. She's not hot. She's a flat-chested, basic bitch, mid-white chick, right?
Oh. They're trying to get the tallest girls that they possibly can.
Yeah, exactly. Like they're gonna look mid, or they're gonna look disgusting, like they're gonna look manly, like Brittany Griner. So that's the point there. Like nobody wants to see that either.
Like, he hasn't even tits at all. I think it's a guy.
No, it's an actual female, bro. But the point is, you're gonna get chicks looking like that shit, and nobody wants to see them in bikinis, bro. That's not gonna help. And in fact, that's gonna lower the ratings. So no.
Yeah. I don't find it entertaining.
Esther, have you actually watched female basketball in America?
I have. I kid you not. I have literally tried, because I love watching women's sports. I love gymnastics, tennis, all of that. And I have given both of these a chance. And there is no sport that women and men play that have the same rules, where the sport is not accommodated to the female athlete. Only in women's football and women's basketball. In tennis, for example, women play fewer sets. But in women's football, they play on the pitches that are the same size as the men, even though physically men are bigger and stronger and have more powerful shots. So it looks like they're children on the
football teams get beat by high schoolers.
Yeah, that's true.
My issue is the amount of investment in women's football and basketball is not commensurate to actually making it a spectator enjoyable sport. So they're trying to gaslight us to finding something that's not enjoyable to watch to be enjoyable because it's women, which I think is patronizing.
But you see, that's where you and Andrew are wrong, because more and more people are watching the WNBA, and it's mainly
social contagion.
Like
more and more children that
it's
don't
artificially manufactured.
Who are genuinely
no, they're not. It's not genuine. Anybody that's watching the WNBA, it's not a genuine thing that you actually enjoy the WNBA. There could be a component that some feminists might watch it to rile them up, and not only that, it's advertisement by the media, right? The leftist propaganda says that the WNBA is awesome, right? Caitlin Clark, fucking that black chick that hates Caitlin Clark, don't know her name. All these individuals, Brittany Griner, that was another fucking name in the news when the Biden administration was there. Remember that?
Yeah.
So we see this time and time again. This is artificial views. It's not because they're entertaining. It's because they're in the news. And now you're getting somewhat of traction, but it's still not profitable at the end of the day.
No.
generational talent. And
No,
I watched her and
that's
think
the
she's
point I'm
great.
making. It has nothing to do with the quality of the athletes. There are excellent female footballers and female basketball players. It's the nature of
Right,
the
but what
investment
about the
in
dildos
sport.
being thrown on the pitch?
Okay, so my sick
What
humor
about the
found that a little
dildos
bit
thrown on the
funny.
court?
I'm not gonna lie, I found that funny. Although it's inappropriate and I wouldn't recommend it. But didn't Lizzo go to an NBA game in arseless chaps where there were kids all around and she literally mooned the entire
I didn't know that.
all the
I didn't know that
spectators there with her literally big bum cheeks. Where was the outrage there? There were children there. All these children saw Lizzo's bum cheeks.
How come these hypocrites get so
Hang
upset
on,
about
don't all talk at
lampooning
once.
and one but not the other? I don't get that.
Well, that's an interesting point too. Mike Nellis, final word to you on dildos in the WNBA. Words I didn't think I'd have to use, but there we are.
Dumb. Just fucking dumb. And Piers, I don't envy your job having to moderate between the four of us.
You know what? It's slightly difficult because I'm in LA where there's a tiny delay. So by the time I've jumped in, you've all started squabbling. So I have to time my jumps a little bit more carefully. Guys, thank you all very much. That was a great debate. Really appreciate it.
All right, there you go.
Thank you.
There you go. There we have it there. And again, the WNBA is, of course, my favorite topic on there. Like, that one was fucking gold, bro. Okay, so so really quick. All right, now we're gonna get to the last subject, the main event for the night here. Let's talk a little bit about the Destiny stuff, man. Obviously, as you know, Destiny right now is doing the anti-Trump tour, kind of similar to the Charlie Kirk stuff, right? Charlie was going on college campuses debating these kind of liberal college teens that are coming up one at a time, etc. I think Destiny's trying to replicate that. The difference is that if he goes on college campuses, well, everybody is going to agree with him because college campuses is infested with liberal ideology. So you're not going to find opposing opinions at college campuses, you know?
Yeah.
So I do feel like this is kind of a simulation of that. Now, the reason why I bring this up is because I'm going to show a video from CNN, by the way. CNN actually did a very short 7.5-minute documentary of leftist streamers going out and competing against the Charlie Kirk, TPS USA debating on campuses. They actually did a little documentary on it.
Okay.
Yeah, it came out. It actually came out today. So I did want to share that with you. I'm glad you're on stream here. So we have this, and just to read out the stream here, how Democratic streamers like Destiny are taking on MAGA and Charlie Kirk. And Charlie Kirk's a big name. Like anybody that thinks about like conservatives, they automatically think Charlie Kirk is the poster child of the conservative movement, which I would, of course, disagree. Charlie Kirk's a fucking feminist simp little bitch, to be honest. To be perfectly honest, that's just the case, right? But this is where they're going after. Obviously, Charlie is one of the mainstayers on here. And let's kind of see a little bit of this documentary before we get to the main event of reacting. We want to know what's their motivation for doing these things. And this is a good little documentary that kind of does it.
Kirk! Yeah, I just got escorted from Bria Kirk, baby!
We're in Tampa, Florida for Turning Point USA's annual Student Action Summit. TP USA is a voter-driving juggernaut for the Republican Party, led by 31-year-old Charlie Kirk.
They're happy, that's why, they haven't been on social media.
But this year's event will be menaced by something called the Un-F America Tour, started by a group of progressive influencers and organizers, including the massively popular streamer Destiny.
This is the all roads lead to Rome thing, right? See, he can do the exact same behavior.
Hold on. Who's that? Who the fuck is that guy? Wait, hold on. Who's that guy on CNN YouTube channel? Who's that fucker right there
I see
on
two gay
CNN? It's not two gay guys. It's not two gay. Who the fuck is that fucking nigga right there on CNN, bro? I made it to CNN. The nigga's right here. I just made it to CNN. OJ, have you ever been on CNN?
No.
You ever been on CNN? Yes, W. Mr. Jake right there. W. Mr. Jake. I never expected that I'd ever be on a CNN. I think that's a. I think we gotta count that as a W, bro. That's a W.
Mama proud.
I'm making Mama proud. Mama proud. So proud of me of going on fake news. Who dat? Fake news. I'm on fake news right now, right here. I am on fake news. So they're documenting Destiny's little journey, and they use the clip of me and Destiny going back and forth, which again, I don't blame them because that was the best debate. I think that's probably the best debate so far until me and Destiny go second round, because I think the second round is even better than the first round. What do you think, OJ? Do you think which round was better, the first one or the second one?
The second one.
I think the second one was better too. I think the second one was better too, and we're gonna prove it later. But check this out: CNN making their little documentary. They got Jake fucking Varr on CNN. Who would have thought? Who would have thought, right?
Streamer Destiny.
All roads lead to Rome, right?
See, he can do the exact same behavior you said that Biden couldn't get away with doing.
Well, Destiny.
They want to bring progressive debate to Kirk's doorstep. But first, they have to get in.
So Turning Point has cancelled all of UNF America's...
CNN segment was for special needs awareness people debating. Okay, yeah, okay. All right, Ghost, you want to talk shit? You cocksucking little fuck. Oh, by the way, you know what? I'm actually going to send a gifted memberships for any of you guys. By the way, YouTube does do this randomly, so I don't know who's going to get the gifted memberships. But if you do, shout out to you guys. So I'm going to send it out. Me. No. I hope it's not him. I really hope it's not him. Rashid, Chuck, we got nobody in the chat actually is getting this. But nevertheless, I just shot out some 5 gifted memberships. Whoever gets them, it is what it is. But I still appreciate every single one of y'all leaning forward. Just want to do some gratefulness, because at the end of the day, you guys could be anywhere on the internet, but you're choosing to be here on Project VO Pod with myself and, of course, OJ, enjoying the reactions here. So, all right, let's move on here. Let's see their motivation for all of this.
Credentials, and now they're trying to sneak in Destiny so he can debate inside here. Alright, he's in. So Destiny has made it inside the building, and we'll see how long he lasts.
There's a
Myron
streamer named Destiny who's a Democratic liberal streamer. He appears to be debating.
By the way, this is what the liberals that fucking follow Destiny. This is what they look like right here. They look like fucking. You don't know if they're a woman or a man or really low testosterone dudes. This is what they look like. We're there in Houston. This is what the guys look like. They look like a bunch of maggots. That's really what it is. They look like a bunch of fucking maggots to them.
Faggot.
This is what they look like right here. All right, that's just what it is. And by the way, shout out to Abe. Fucking
shout out Abe
in the fucking chat. Love you, Jake and Omar. We love you too, Abe. If you don't know Abe, he's one of my best friends, childhood best friends. Growing up playing guitar, one of the best guitar players I've ever played with in my life. Easily my favorite guitar player, probably of all time. You might be third on the list, Abe, right behind Randy and Eddie. It's Randy, Eddie, and then Abe Locks. That's my top 3 favorite guitar players right there. Yeah, that's the look right there. This is the look of the mags that show up to Destiny's debates. All right, just FYI, guys. Just FYI. Bunch of weirdo looking fucks.
Myron Gaines, who's more of a right-wing red pill guy. They're both sort of creatures of like internet trolldom, but it should be a lot of fun. You know, it's like blood sports. It's like watching a cockfight, effectively.
We love to see it, though. We love to see it.
Yeah, it's easy to spot them. Yeah.
Action Summit. We got Destiny and Myron here today.
Facts.
Have a little friendly conversation.
Oh, yeah, man. Good to see you, bro.
Okay.
Young people may be tuning out the news, but this new form of live, provocative political debate is blowing up online. Its cultural significance is something well known to Kirk because he's part of it.
Oh, it's democratic socialism. It's completely different.
I love this
and
place.
And I
can talk about socialism for hours.
Hello, everyone. I am Charlie Kirk, founder of Turning Point USA, and I am
Charlie
surrounded by 20 woke college kids.
Under a tent with the words "Prove me wrong," Kirk brought online debater culture directly to hundreds of college campuses during the last election cycle.
We have a problem in Black America. The biggest problem is not racism, it's the lack of dads. When exactly do heart waves begin in utero?
You know that, but you don't know the form.
Hold on, no, so tell me when.
Now you're just diving into conspiracy theories, Ghost. All right, we don't do conspiracy theories on Project VO Pod, just FYI. The Jews rule the world, though. Grudgehead Charlie Cook. Yeah, very, very accurate right there. W, pity Mike, Milk, or Mike. I think he meant Mike. Pewdie Mike. Know what at me, Vern. I don't even know what you're saying, 13, but okay.
Tell me when
I don't know.
And while he uses it to make viral content,
purity is what he meant.
Its primary goal is to register Gen Z to vote MAGA.
I love the fact that we are now becoming we're becoming the cool kids now.
But no, I just want to be clear. Is there something wrong with talking to voters?
No, there's nothing wrong with talking.
Well, that's what we're doing here today. It's an open mic.
I think that you push a dangerous agenda.
It's a strategy that those behind Uneth America say the DNC has been absent to counter.
I hate Charlie Kirk. I think he's actually a Satan spawn, but he's very, very strategically.
Do you hear that? Did you hear what he said right there? I hate Charlie Kirk. I literally believe he's a Satan spawn.
I thought he was atheist.
Yeah, he shouldn't believe in Satan in the first place, right? But they're using these buzzwords that fucking people like Charlie Kirk and religious people kind of throw around, right? The demon cracks. I kind of get it, right? But let's be 100 about it. That's what they are. But
to counter.
Yeah. I hate Charlie Kirk. I think he's actually a Satan spawn, but he's very, very strategically minded.
At an event organized by the Uneth America crew down the street from the convention center, both conservatives and liberals packed into a pub to eat chicken wings, drink beer, and watch conservative voices try to take on Destiny.
Have you ever fired an AR-15? Yeah. So you fired 5.56. The mathematical odds of him surviving that are infinitesimally small.
They're infinitesimally high if it misses him, or grazes his ear.
Charlie Kirk's been doing this a long time, more than 10 years. Why has it taken the left so long to catch up and still hasn't?
This is a great question. Listen to the question here. Charlie Kirk has been doing this for 10 years. Why did it take so long for the left to catch up and do these types of events, right?
This was pretty much your argument in the second one.
What do you mean? When did I make this argument?
It was kind of part of your argument with the immigration bill. Like, why is it taking so long?
Oh, okay, that. Yeah. As far as like Democrats are fucking lazy pieces of shit. Yeah, sure. But yeah, going back to this Destiny does give a pretty good answer on that. And it's actually kind of reasonable because to be honest, Republicans are good at the culture war. It's culture war. What Destiny's talking about. Destiny's talking about that they're good at winning presidencies, right? They're good at winning elections. But a part of that is also because of the culture war online. It's a big one. And not only that, even if you look at people like Joe Rogan, I don't think it's because the right, I'll break it down as he gives the answer, actually. I'm kind of ranting on. Sorry about that, guys. But let's listen to that question.
Infinitesimally high if it misses him, or grazes his ear.
Charlie Kirk's been doing this a long time, more than 10 years. Why has it taken the left so long to catch up and still hasn't caught up?
Republicans vertically are very well integrated when it comes to making sure that they're winning elections.
Yeah. Through the culture war.
In 2020, they thought the election was stolen in every state, basically, but they still showed up to vote next time. So something is happening there where they're really big on going out and winning elections. And I think that shows at every single level to where when people are organizing or when people are creating alternative media networks, whether you're talking Tim Pool, influencing other ones like Joe Rogan, or trying to do things with college kids like Charlie Kirk, they're making these events and they're gathering all these different people. For Charlie Kirk, it's school kids, but the single focus is winning elections. It's incredibly important. And somehow I feel like on the left, I don't know how this happened online. Maybe it's because we tend to be younger or whatever, but somehow the party's messaging apparatus, it feels like it's kind of hijacked from people by people who won't vote for your candidates, which I think is incredibly destructive.
I think he's also talking about the progressive left, like the far progressive left. I had this conversation the other night on Admiral Gibbs panel about this. But the point is where Destiny's coming from is that what he really means about how, okay, they tried to steal election. And remember, these are a bunch of buzzwords. Right. From the right wing's perspective, it was the left that pushed insurrection this, insurrection that, stolen election, blah, 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 all these buzzwords, while simultaneously ignoring the BLM riots that could be categorized also as an insurrection. The takeover of Chaz. You remember the takeover of Chaz, OJ?
Yeah.
How they took over an entire city block in Seattle? What do you call that if not an insurrection? Right? The LA riots. Insurrection based off of Destiny and many of the leftist definitions of an insurrection. That would be an insurrection as well. But yet they want to ignore that and only focus on January 6th, January 6th, January 6th, while simultaneously ignoring BLM, takeover of Chaz, LA riots, Tesla burnings, Antifa riots in Portland, like all this violent shit that they do. They want to ignore that shit and then just say January 6th. Oh yeah, Republicans, right-wingers, MAGA, they fucked up for 4 hours at the Capitol, but nowhere near as much of the damages that they did for 6 months of rioting. But yet they want to keep mentioning January 6th. And I'm fine with that. Therefore, I'm going to keep mentioning the Chaz takeover, the BLM riots, the LA riots, the fucking the Tesla burnings, the Portland riots as well. I'm going to keep mentioning that over and over and over again. When they keep mentioning the one thing, the 4 hours of rioting that happened on January 6th, it's still a losing battle for these fucks. It's still a losing battle. It's not even close, you know? So this is why they're bad at it. This is why they're bad at it. They only want to focus on that one thing. It's not because they're younger or any of that nature. It's not because, they did an insurrection and they're still coming out to vote. No, I think people like Joe Rogan are reasonable people. I think people like Theon Varr, that other guy, several of these comedians, they're lefties, bro. They're liberal at heart. They really are. But yet, for some reason, they're still aligning more so with Donald Trump's messaging than the progressive left wing that says that they wanted a bullet to Donald Trump's head. And Destiny preaches the same shit. So I think this is why they're losing. It's not because we're good at it. It's because you guys are just so bad at it. That's really the case.
Did the Democrats have anything like this?
Nothing. And I will say, like, Charlie Kirk is honestly one of the best organizers of our generation. And I think that, as much as I disagree with Charlie Kirk, I believe that what he's doing has worked. And that's why I'm here to replicate what he's doing. I'm not here to, disrupt Charlie Kirk's events.
That's definitely a component too as well, 13.
Alternative ideas, and that we need to build the same thing that he has, because he is good at it.
Z. Cohen Sanchez has worked more than a decade on Democratic campaigns.
There's no reason why we can't do this. This is not very expensive to do. We have so many PACs on the Democratic side raising millions of dollars, right? We are not a big PAC. We haven't even raised $1 million yet. And we're able to get all of these creators essentially anywhere that Charlie is. And so that's what we really want the Democratic Party to do, is we want to have them to start investing in these movements.
Is the DNC supporting this?
No, not currently.
Why not?
If Ken Martin's watching this, text me back. But really, I think it's disappointing that we haven't been able to see the DNC really get off the ground since the election, because I think a lot of things have happened internally that have been distractions to the.
Now, let me tell you this, chat. They haven't been able to get off the ground since the election. Could it be that Kamala Harris got record amounts of donations? $2 billion worth of donations, but still ended up in about $20 million of debt after spending all that money, and still lost in a fucking landslide. Could that be because that the Democratic lobbyists are kind of cautious about why they should donate to the Democratic Party, while simultaneously the Democratic Party doesn't know whether they want to go socialism or whether they want to go moderate? So yeah, I don't blame them for how they're going broke at the moment, right? If it's illegal to make a threat, it should be unlawful to make passing suggestions, comments as well. Okay, yeah, no, I get you there, 13. Yeah, if it's illegal to make a threat, unlawful passing suggestions. For example, Destiny stating this type of lunacy about the bullet hitting Donald Trump. Now, I don't think it should be necessarily against the law, because these people show their true faces when something like that happens. I'm fine with that. This is why they're losing the elections. It's not because they can't get off the ground or any of that shit. It's because they cater too much to two different fucking gods, and they don't know where to go. To where the MAGA party's pretty set in stone where we're going, what direction we're going. We can all get along.
Dude, they don't even know what to argue about. Like, you argue about the dildo in the fucking woman's court, or argue about a black girl that's portraying Jesus Christ.
I think they argue about both right there, right?
I don't know, but they have opposite positions, and so they don't even know what the fuck they're fighting for.
No, yeah, I totally get you there. They're fucking confused, bro.
Ground game that we need right now.
No, our motto is
When they go low, we go high.
For Destiny, it's a ground game that must reflect the online culture he and millions of young Americans are part of, one that is often characterized.
And by the way, that's a good move by Destiny. He should be the online persona because he's doing a good job. I'm not gonna lie, he is doing a good job. Unless when it comes to me, he gets destroyed. But outside of myself, he does do a good job destroying these other supposedly MAGA people, which aren't even MAGA. They're just libertarians and left-wing centrists. That's all they are. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
On PC language, insults, and crude humor, like this tweet Destiny sent, poking conservatives by saying the kids who died in the Texas floods were proof that God doesn't exist.
The tweets you sent about the kids in Texas would probably disqualify you, or would probably have somebody in the upper levels of the Democratic Party say, okay, we'll never work with this guy again.
Yeah.
Do you regret sending those tweets?
I think they have to get over it. I don't regret them. I love poking the bear on the right.
Now, mind you, Destiny even stated, that this is a good move to get more young people involved, right? To expand the Democratic online. That's what he wants to do. Then he says, no, I don't regret it at all. I don't regret it at all. But wouldn't you say that's going to be a deterrent to get to the mainstream Democratic Party? I think this is something that is a counterintuitive of his goals. So it doesn't make sense on Destiny's plan. I don't know where he's going with this. If he's saying, yeah, I'm going to poke the right by making jokes about dead kids and God, it doesn't make sense to me with his strategy. It just seems counterintuitive of what his goals are. So I don't know where Destiny's at. I seriously don't know. I'm very curious on this. I would love to interview the guy and ask tougher questions than this, fat guy right here.
Sending those tweets.
I think they have to get over it. I don't regret them. I love poking the bear on the right. I feel like Republicans are so good at owning the space. Republicans do this thing where they say, comedy's legal again and we can joke about anything. But when they say anything, they really just mean like immigrants and black people, right? Because if you make fun of anything on their side, they lose their minds.
I guess is your point that, always trying to take...
Bro, even lefties lost their minds for what Destiny stated. Like, he literally went on a panel full of lefties, and they were saying, what the fuck are you doing? This is disgusting. Like, it's not just conservatives. I think he's strawmanning the situation, saying that it's only conservatives that lose their mind. No, dude. It's people on the left that are saying, what the fuck are you doing? This is crazy. Yeah. So it's not that. That's a straw man position that Destiny's trying to push out there.
Like, the high ground is clearly not working for Democrats.
One of the things that conservatives stumbled into accidentally, because I think Donald Trump's an idiot, even politically, but they stumbled into this thing where people started to get confused because of what the right and left looked like. And I think they think that you need an extremist platform in order to win elections. But what you really need, I think, is just extremist messaging. I think that's what you need.
Back inside, the packed event giving the Uneth America organizers hope there will be appetite for similar debates on college campuses this fall.
I do 100 hours of this a semester. 100 hours. In addition to 2 hours of podcasting radio. I mean, the physical crowds are now 4,000 people almost every time we do this.
And so the plan for this semester is Charlie Kirk shows up at campuses all across the country, and you guys are going to be there too.
That's the goal. If we can raise enough money to get there, we absolutely will. People wonder why the youth vote shifted 9 points to the right.
Yeah.
And that's a big reason why.
All right. What do you think about the entire thing there, OJ? Your opinion?
I think good fucking luck.
Yeah, good fucking luck on that, bitch. Like, that's the thing, man. Like, there's a reason why, and you know what? We might review. Do you remember that guy that I told you he went on for 20 minutes? The punching bag?
Oh, yeah.
You remember we saw that live?
Yeah.
So I was wrong.
Already.
I was wrong about the time frame, bro. I was super wrong about the time frame. I'm going to tell you why. The day that it came out,
20 minutes, right?
I said it was 20 minutes. I judged incorrectly. So Destiny did repost the entire debate on his channel. It wasn't 20 minutes. It was 38 minutes and 51 seconds. 39 minutes. Nearly 40 minutes. Double the time that I thought it was. Of Destiny absolutely demolishing this poor guy for 40 fucking minutes for clips and all this shit. I got 15 minutes. I got 15 minutes with Destiny. That was an actual real exchange of ideas. I got 15. This guy got fucking a double and a half of my time.
Damn.
Do you see what their goal actually is? They don't want to debate smart people like myself. All right? They don't want to debate people that can actually debate. They want to debate people like this guy right here, who's not even a MAGA, by the way. He's not a MAGA. He's a, what was he, a center-left guy that thinks Trump
really.
isn't that bad?
He admitted that, yeah, he thinks that Trump wasn't that bad, but he said that he was a Democrat. So he's
a Democrat
that voted for Trump.
Yes. Democrat that voted for Trump. And he says, well, you know what? Trump's not that bad. And I had some issues here. And this is why I lean towards Trump. And this guy was a punching bag. And not only was he a punching bag, the audience was literally heckling this guy for 40 fucking minutes, heckling the dude. It was fucking insane, dude. That shirt again? Yeah, that's how you know they're fucking liberal queers, bro. When they're wearing that maroon red shirt. All right, now I know never to wear that shit because I don't want to get ridiculed. Now I know those shirts are off limits right there. But it's true, dude. That's the thing. I got 15 minutes with the guy. 15 minutes alone. This guy got 40 because he was a punching bag. And it's going to make for good content. And it was. All these liberals can jerk off to this shit and be like, ha, look, Destiny smart. Destiny good. Destiny awesome. This is their actual goal here. It's not actually having legitimate back and forths, you know. Maybe it's a little bit of that, could be that, but it's to look good on paper. Because Destiny hasn't fucking reposted our exchange. He did repost our first exchange, that's for sure. Let me see, maybe he has. Nope. That's the only one he's posted so far for Houston. It's 40 minutes of Destiny demolishing this older gentleman right here, who's a Democrat. And then they say fucking, oh yeah, we're really sticking it to MAGA by destroying this fucking Democrat who happened to vote for Trump. We're really destroying MAGA, right, OJ? We're really destroying MAGA by demolishing a Democrat who happened to vote for Trump because the Democrats seemed lunatics for him at the time. You're muted, bro. You're muted.
You think in midterm he's going to vote red?
After this exchange, he's probably going to go back to blue. Yeah. This is a bad exchange, bro. This guy got ridiculed. It was bad. This guy was horrible. And most of these guys aren't even debaters. They're not debaters. So just know that, man. Just know that.
Because you're the masturbator.
I'm not the master debater, however. Oh, look, this guy made the thumbnail. Oh, no. Pegberg actually posted the same thing. Never mind. He posted the clip. Kamala wasn't funny enough. Destiny versus MAGA Trump supporter. 40 minutes, bro. This guy got 40 fucking minutes.
He was a true star.
He was the true star because he's the true punching bag, bro. And I was a little disappointed that I didn't make the thumbnail. The main thumbnail here. I think I should have made the thumbnail. You know?
Gave it to the other guy.
You gave it to the useless fucks. An actual debate can't push a narrative. Facts are introduced. The narrative is exposed and reality fades away. Yeah, exactly, bro. But I think this is what their narrative is. You know, so we'll see on that. We'll see. But let's get to the actual debate, the main event here, and see how I did. And you guys can judge me. Maybe I lost. Maybe I won. I think I destroyed this guy, and I'll tell you why, and I'll break it down. Going into this debate, it didn't go into the direction that I thought it would. I thought Destiny was gonna kind of give me the position of deterrence, and then we would have gone to the actual deportation argument, which was for the second half. But no, he doubled down. He really doubled down, and I think that's what his mistake was, which is where I'll break it down and why I actually destroyed Destiny in this exchange. You know.
Thanks, Jake. Okay, give him a round of applause.
All right.
Hey guys, Travis Pangburn here. We are coming to the West Consist tickets.
All right. Let's break it down together, guys.
Put your hands together for Donald Trump's worst nightmare, Destiny.
Yeah, so I believe that the Trump administration is drastically better when it comes to the immigration policies, immigration in general. So
now, by the way, this is my first claim here. Donald Trump's on the border drastically better than Joe Biden. This is my main point here. And I break down the stats. The stats prove this.
The stats back this up. So if you look at under the Biden administration, we had 10 million illegal immigrants as far as encounters over there at the border. That's 200,000 illegal immigrants per month that were over there at the border, 15,000 per day, et cetera. Even if you look at the deportation, I believe Biden deported around 3.5 million illegals compared to how many illegals he let into the country, which is around 5 million. So even on that basis, it was still around like 1.5 million.
Now, I muffed that number up. It's actually not 1.5 million. If you do the math, it's actually 2.5 million. I actually undershot my stats there by accident. So it wasn't 1.5 if you do the math with his deportations and then subtract what he let in. It's going to be around 2.5 million. And that's because I'm using a small number for what we know came in. If I use the highest number, which is around 8 million, boy, that's about 5 million people in the country. It doubles the number. But I'm actually giving them grace by using the 5 million mark. So just know that.
Remained, if you count the deportations. So my first question here is, especially because I believe that deterrence is a huge part when it comes to immigration policies. What do you think Joe Biden was doing to deter so many illegals to come to the border compared to the Trump administration now?
I mean, if the argument is ever like, who's doing the best to deter people from coming to the country, I think Donald Trump is doing a really fantastic job of that in a lot of different
Now, mind you, if that's the question, I think he's doing a fantastic job. But he didn't actually say Trump's better at it. So he's not actually conceding that argument. Just notice that. And I noticed that. So this is why I pushed on it a lot. I wanted him to concede, yes, he's better at deterrence. Then I can move on to the actual deportation, which never happened.
Why do you think Biden
So the immigration thing, I think that there are arguments that you can make about immigration. I don't think conservatives care about any of them. I think there was kind of like an unfortunate reality that it played in two different ways. So one, at the end of Trump's first term, he benefited really heavily from Title 42, the ability to heavily restrict the border based on medical emergency, and then ignoring even the Title 42 powers. A lot less people were just migrating anywhere because a lot of people were just staying home because COVID was kind of wrecking everything. And then after COVID ended, I think that when people started to flock to the border again, this kind of asylum loophole started to get discovered. And then
asylum? Oh, you're talking about people claiming asylum and at the border, right?
Now remember that argument, OJ, because he's going to bring this up later in the debate about the asylum shit. Okay. So remember that.
Kind of, yeah, but more so than that. That if you claim asylum and they don't have the judges to adjudicate your case, then by law, they issue you a slip and they say, well, show up to your case, and then you can just kind of...
And they stayed in the United States, right?
Yeah, this is kind of like the catch and release thing, basically.
Yeah.
I think that there might be an argument that Biden waited too long to kind of try to address this substantively, and it became a huge thing in the last year. But I guess the big issue that I have is I just don't believe conservatives when they say this was a real problem for the United States. I think a lot of it was just showmanship. I hear a lot of different numbers tonight. You said 10 million. I've heard some say 20 million.
Have you ever heard that there was 20 million encounters? I don't know what he's talking about in there. And you can look up the stats. It's not 20 million. It's a 10 to 11 million encounters at the border. Okay. Now, if you add in other encounters, it should be a smaller amount, but it goes up to around that 12, 13. But just the border alone, it's around that 10 to 11. But again, I'm using small numbers. I'm using basic. I'm not going to use 11. I'm going to use 10 because it doesn't hurt my argument to use the small amount, right? That's the thing with Destiny there. But lots of men claim asylum in Destiny's ex-wife. I'm claiming asylum. I can't get laid, Destiny. I need some asylum in that fucking cooch of your wife right there. But no, in all seriousness, this is what Destiny's kind of claiming here, right? So we'll move on here.
I've heard just all sorts of different numbers thrown around about this. The thing that bothers me is that when there was an actual huge piece of legislation that would go to addressing these issues, Donald Trump explicitly told, and this isn't like a conspiracy, Ted Cruz and other senators and congressmen just outwardly talked about this. Donald Trump told people to just nuke the bill related to the immigration stuff, right? So this is a bill that...
Now, what Destiny's talking about, there is backed up on that evidence. There are people that claim that this is the case. So just for the sake of argument, I'll argue through the perspective that this is true. Now, mind you guys, I know that bill carried the funding for Ukraine, funding for Israel, and I know they didn't like that. I know that stuff. However, I'm going to debate in the aspect that this is true. So I'm actually giving Destiny more leeway for this argument. Do you understand where I'm coming from in here? I'm actually giving him more leeway on this. I didn't even mention that type of stuff because the reason why is because I don't think it hurts my argument. My claim that Trump is better on the border doesn't fucking matter.
Would have given like a congressional cap. Now, obviously, Donald Trump has done this via executive order.
Yeah, he's been doing that already.
But this would have given us like a new law from Congress. It would have given us more judges to actually adjudicate all of the asylum claims and to catch up on everything. I think it would have.
No, Destiny, I totally understand all that, but at the same time, when you're saying, well, I just don't believe that there's 10 million encounters at the border, this was on paper. If you look at the stats here, it was 10 million encounters.
Well, it's not that I don't believe that there weren't 10 million. I just don't believe it was that big of a problem.
Yeah, but you don't think 10 million encounters at the border was a big issue, Destiny, during that time? Like, you don't find that to be a problem at all?
I think that if there is a very substantial problem, then I think that
this was his first mistake. Okay? Remember, he can't say that it was a problem because Joe Biden's better on the border than Trump. And I'm so surprised. I am so surprised he doubled down on this.
He likes to use analogies on everything.
No, yeah, and I'm going to break down his analogy, and I'm going to break it down in more detail when we get to that part here. So remember, I did not expect this guy to actually double down with that, man. I thought he would just give me that little win, and then we'll go into the next topic of that. But maybe Destiny didn't know if I was going to go into the next topic on the actual deportation, which is what I wanted to talk about. But I couldn't get him to concede at least the deterrence, which is so obvious that Trump is better on. And he wanted to fucking argue it. That's crazy to me. This is why I destroyed this guy.
you would have jumped at, not you personally, but I think people would have jumped at the bit to actually fix it. And the fact that people were content to completely nuke any legislation.
Yeah, but that bill came in 2024.
Yes.
Why didn't they propose it and right when Biden took office, when he had the House and the Senate, if they were so concerned about the border?
If I said that I was dying of dehydration at 2 p.m. and somebody didn't show up with water until 6 p.m. and then I said I was going to wait until the next day for the Kool-Aid,
yeah,
I feel
but
like I'm probably
whose fault was it that didn't give you the water in the first place, right?
It's not about whose fault is it?
Listen to my question there, OJ. Whose fault was it that didn't give you the water in the first place? So here's what Destiny's trying to tell you. So if you went, OJ, let me ask you this. If the Democrats are in power and you went 3.5 years with no water, you're dehydrated and you're practically fucking dying, right? 3.5 years. And then the Democrats said, hey, I'm going to give you a little bit of water now. So when I give you water, you're going to vote for me in 6 months, right? Then the Republicans say, no, fuck that. No. Push it through, and then we're going to give you water for 4 fucking years so you don't suffer in the long term. Which one do you think you're going to take?
B,
right. So this is
I've already been dehydrated for freaking 3 years.
You could take on a fucking 1/8 of the time at that point, right? So even if that were to be true, this goes back to my point here on playing politics. He's like, well, no, the Republicans didn't care about the border because if they did, they would have gave that water to them for the 6 months. No. The real aspect here is to take power because there's other aspects there that you guys do wrong, and we're going to take the power and actually do it right. If that were to be true, this is the thing with politics. Democrats do this shit all the time, but when Republicans do it, all of a sudden we just don't care about the people. It makes no sense. Okay. Well. So this is the analogy that Destiny over here is trying to give me. And I said, well, whose fault is it that you didn't get the water in the first place? No, it doesn't matter. No, it does matter. Whose fault was it, Destiny? And then now he's going to pivot to something else. This is why he dropped the analogy right away. So I understood his analogy right off the bat. It's just that he's never had somebody actually understand his analogy and question it. Because every time he does this shit, fucking people don't even know what the fuck he's talking about, really.
Yeah, most people would just answer, well, I don't know who would give you the water. Or, hey, it's fucked up that, hey, somebody waited, a couple hours to give you water.
Yeah, exactly. By the way, shout out to The Machine. The Machine fucking lies, man. Good to see you in the chat, bro. It's been a while, man. God bless you, dude. Peace to you and Jake and OJ. Yes, he's talking about 13 over here. Yeah, dude, peace to you, man. Good to see you in the chat. We're just kind of breaking down my exchange with Destiny that happened over the weekend here. But yeah, man, fucking. So going back to that, Destiny's analogy is that's what he was talking about. I think most of the time when Destiny does these types of analogies, it goes over people's heads of what he's talking about. This is actually a pretty good analogy. However, he used 6 a.m. and I don't get water until 7 a.m. The number, it doesn't work out that way. But let's do it through the analogy of the actual pregnancy, right? 3.5 years, no water. Now we're going to give you a little bit of water for 6 months. Again, would you vote for that party that deprived you of water for 3.5 years, that they could do it again if they get back into power? Or are you going to give the power to the next guy that promises that we're going to give you water for 4 straight years? You're going to go that direction. This was the problem with the Democratic Party, that they didn't care about the major voting issues for Americans. This is another component of why they lost the election. So this is where Destiny was coming from on that, man. Just kind of break down the analogy there,
The next day for the Kool-Aid.
Yeah,
I feel
but
like
whose fault was it that didn't give you the water in the
It's not
first
about
place,
whose
right?
fault it is.
Well, it kind of
It is a bit.
Well, the question was, how strong is the claim? Is it a really big problem?
It is a really big
If we can push
problem,
it off
yes.
for like 6 more months, seems like it's not that big of a problem, no?
Well, if you could push it off for another 6 months, the thing is that once they did that border bill, I would say, was there anything in that bill that was going to deter illegal immigrants at the border?
Yes.
Now, this is a good question, because I'm talking about deterrence. Was there anything in that bill that was going to deter 10 million fucking people from coming to the border in the fucking first place? Was there anything in that bill that was going to deter them? Because Donald Trump did it within 6 fucking months. Record time. And you're saying this bill is so fucking perfect, it's so great, it would have solved all our fucking problems according to Destiny. Was there anything that's going to deter it? And his argument was, yeah, they're going to put a cap. And at first, I wasn't too sure what he was talking about. But I think he mentions later about asylum seekers, which then I kind of put the pieces together that the bill was going to cap out on asylum seekers, which led me to my next question here. So.
What was it?
So one, it would have given what was eventually done through executive order, depending on the legality of that. I guess I don't know where the challenges are to that.
And he doesn't even know the executive order exactly on how it deterred illegal immigrants. So he doesn't even know the executive order, right? Panberg had Sam Harris versus Jordan Peterson with Matt Dillahunty as mod, was a huge event. Yeah, I know, dude. Like I said, the Panberg YouTube channel, they have a lot of great content, bro. They have a lot of great content. I'm actually very grateful that Travis found me online to invite me the first time over there to Detroit. Second time I went over there to Houston, OJ was with me. A lot of the guys that were behind the scene already knew who the fuck I was. Very nice individuals, bro. Very nice guys. I'm glad that they're doing these types of events because let them. They're going to look like idiots when they debate people like me. Now, most of the people aren't like me and they're going to get slaughtered. But however, those little gems are going to go a long way eventually, man. Eventually. This is why we need right-wingers to kind of break down these types of better arguments against Destiny, man. Because Destiny isn't as bulletproof as people think he is. I really don't think he is. I've already debated him twice, and I don't think he's as bulletproof as the left perceives him to be.
It would have given an official cap for shutting down the border if too many people had come in.
What's too many people?
I think it was if the average was like 5,000 over a 1 week period.
Which, by the way, 5,000 was not the average over a 1 week period, right? Again, under Joe Biden, which they did this bill in the third year, nearly midway of the third year, on average, it would have been around 200,000 people at the border. So there's no way a 5,000 weekly would be the average. It would be 15,000 average. So his stats don't even make sense of what I have. They don't fucking make sense.
Exceeded that, then the government had the ability to legally just shut down all asylum
So then they definitely would have shut it down.
See, now we have the ability to shut down all asylum seekers. This is why I told you to remember what he said there.
Yeah.
So he said asylum seekers, right?
Exceeded that, then the government had the ability to legally just shut down all
asylum
they
seekers.
Definitely would have shut it down, especially on average 200,000 illegal immigrants coming to the border, right?
Yeah.
So okay,
but that bill was blocked.
But at the same time, Trump was able to get that done without any type of bill.
Trump was able to get a lot of stuff done, but he didn't.
Hold on, but why didn't Joe Biden get it done without a bill then?
Because it's better to do stuff legislatively than it is through executive order.
So then you're okay. So you're telling me that.
Hold on, wait, real quick. Do you understand that? Like, it's
but
hard
no,
to
no,
believe
no.
that it's
But
a real
I totally
problem if they
understand
shut
that it's
down the
better.
legislation.
Of course.
Now, Destiny's right. It is better, but why? But that doesn't excuse why Biden could have used executive orders to solve the deterrent problem in the first place. Because here's his argument. He's saying, well, this bill would have brought in a lot more judges in order to get them cycled in a lot faster. So if he would have done the fucking executive order, right, then we don't need as much judges for that bill in order to get them cycled out.
No,
if he just would have deterred them in the fucking first place. So why didn't Biden do that?
Their thing is just throwing money at the problem, thinking like,
You're just throwing,
a bunch of judges. Like, okay, what the fuck? Who cares? Just get them out. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Exactly, man. We almost got together. It's all good. Short notice. We will try again. What are you guys talking about? Machine Lies? Oh, yeah. Over there in Machine Lies. We almost got together when I was over there in Detroit, bro. I'm sorry I didn't call you back. To be honest, bro, I was hyper focused on the debate, and we were in the hotel. I did link up with Ghost because he picked us up from the hotel, and on the day of actually, and we had a few drinks, and I was kind of focused on that, so I wasn't able to really focus on other things outside of that, because you have to realize going up against Destiny, especially for the first time, I was a little nervous, bro. Believe it or not, I do get nervous, especially with Detroit. I think it was like over 200 people in the live audience, plus another 10, 15,000 people watching live. It is a bit nerve-wracking. So I was hyper-focused on that stuff. Same thing with Houston. OJ can tell you that I was hyper-focused even on Houston stuff. So that's really what it was, man. All right. So let's rewind here.
It's better to do.
Oh, yeah. So we're talking about the EOs. The EOs, bro. So why didn't Biden do that in order to at least mitigate the issue at the border? And then you could focus on the judges. You're not going to need as much taxpayer money to hire judges. I think that would be a better deterrent than anything.
Hold on, wait, real quick. Do you understand that? Like, it's hard to believe that it's a real
I
problem
totally
if they
understand
shut
that it's
down the
better.
legislation.
Of course, it's better to do it through a
Well,
bill.
but if they shut down the legislation, how can I believe there's a real problem?
Yeah, but however, a real problem. 10 million illegal immigrants
that's
encounters
a number.
at the border. That's a problem, right? You would agree with that?
Is it? If it is, why did they shut down the bill?
Well, again, they shut down the bill probably because, based off what you were saying, that they're going to run off of that. In this case, it's talking
when
politics.
you say going to run off,
but
it
even
sounds like
Democrats,
a real problem right?
Democrats agreed that this was an issue.
Right.
Kamala Harris even agreed this was an issue.
We're not talking
like
about
I know
whether
you're
it's an issue,
saying.
we're
I know
talking
you're
about
saying you don't care
massive
about it.
problem.
However, Democrats did.
That's not. So whether or not
it is. Would you agree that Democrats did find this to be an issue? Yes or no?
I'm glad I pushed them on that thing because Democrats did. Remember, the borders are, right? The borders are this. We were talking about the border. They pushed them. Even the media talked about the border. And they said, no problem at the border. We're having these. We care about the border. But there was no action at there. Now, the actions can prove that they didn't care. However, they verbally said that they did, and they're doing everything at the border, and there's no crisis. I would take that they do care. Now, I'm talking about their actions. Their actions show that it's not as good as Donald Trump. And that's my main claim here. This is why I pushed Destiny. They said they cared. Do you agree that they said they cared? And of course, I never get my questions answered with this fuck. And I just said yes or no.
So whether or not
it is. Would you agree that Democrats did find this to be an issue? Yes or no?
An issue is not what the Republicans sold it as. They sold it as a.
I'm not even talking about Republicans. I'm not even talking about the Republicans. I'm talking about the Democrats. He pivots to the Republicans, of course.
Issue, an important issue.
Yeah.
And I'm asking, how can something be an important issue if there's legislation that would address it in like 4 different ways, and Republicans are like, let's like go ahead and shelve this for 6 months until we win the election? Seems like it's not an important issue.
Yeah. Borders are this, insurrection that. Jake hit me up when the Wi-Fi ball bat. Yes, I get you, bro. I get you.
At the same, if they're running off of this, of course, they brought it in 2024, right?
Yes.
Why didn't they do it in 2021 or 2020 when they had the House and the Senate, if this was so important to the Democrats as well?
Why didn't Trump pass legislation for it?
Let's go back to Trump.
19 or 2020.
Because again, we had the crisis at the border.
In 2021, we had another huge crisis.
And it's crazy to me, bro, because I already answered his question on why he killed out the bill. I actually accepted his answer. Okay, it's for political reasons. I answered his question already. He's asking me a question that I already answered literally 2 minutes ago. And I said, please answer my question. Why didn't they propose it in 2020 or 2021 when they had the House and the Senate? Again, he pivots back to Trump. Well, why did Trump do? Okay, yeah, cool. It's because of political reasons. Now answer my question. Again, it's lunacy that I see these fucking Destiny cocksuckers on the video that I posted, and they said, Jake, you got fucking cooked by Destiny. Destiny destroyed you, bro. You have room temperature IQ, bro. This is the shit that they're telling me on the comic sessions of the video that I posted today, right, with this exchange. Can you believe this shit, bro? That they can't break down a basic debate where he's not answering questions? I answered his question. I said, okay,
Dude,
political reasons, fine.
There was hecklers and all that shit, dude. They had no idea what they were talking about.
Yeah.
There was a fat guy sitting next to us with nail polish.
Yeah, there was a fat guy sitting next to us with nail polish. That is true. It all started on the day when Biden got rid of Trump's immigration policies with the executive order. That's true, too. The Remain in Mexico policy. Yeah,
Yep.
dude. That was a big one as well. And again, that was a big one for actually deterrence. The Remain in Mexico was a deterrence bill. So that's why I wanted to ask Destiny, and I wanted to get into that a little bit more, but I ran out of time because I didn't have 40 fucking minutes because I wasn't a punching bag for Destiny, so I wasn't able to get 40 minutes out of him. But nevertheless, yeah, that's really what it is. That jaw is grinding. Yeah, it is. He's mad right now, bro. He's mad, bro. Boomerang for doomerang. All right, but yeah, this is us breaking it down because. Yeah, that's Destiny for you. He's not answering my question. This is why I have to keep circling back to the question that I asked earlier because this fucker won't answer my question. We go on a little rant. I shoot it back to him. I answered his question. Oh, well, why did they kill the bill? Okay, fine. Political reasons. If that's the case that you want to believe it, go for it, bro. Political reasons. Does not hurt my fucking argument, though. It does not hurt my argument that Trump is still better on the border than Biden.
Dude,
Let it be for doesn't hurt my argument.
Dude, one thing, there was a story I heard from somebody who's used to work there, and so they told me that when Biden was in there, that if they grab the guy, but the guy just starts running, they can't chase him. They had to just let him go.
Oh, the catch and release. Yeah.
Yeah, and they had to just let him go. They ran. It's like, oh, don't even run after them. Just let him go.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was the same type of shit that they were doing about people that were shoplifting at these stores like Walmart. Oh, well, if they run, you can't chase them. Like if you're a cop and they're like, oh, they only stole like $50 worth of shit, you can't pursue them and arrest them.
Oh yeah, so
it's the same concept.
Like loss prevention.
Yeah, same concept, bro. This is why Democrats lost the election in 2024 because they're incompetent fucking idiots. And then you have this guy right here, this fucking gay loser that fucking lets his wife get pounded by black guys. He's telling you that Biden and this administration is good for society. It's good moving forward, you know. And you'll see at the end of the debate, oh, Biden did okay at the border. He did great. He did good. He did good. He did okay. It's fucking crazy, dude. It's fucking crazy. This is insane, bro.
I don't remember, but there was like COVID, right? And then there was all of the fallout related to that. Immigration was not at the front of people's minds. We had things like inflation that we were worried about. We had our huge supply chain disruption.
Okay, so I don't want excuses. I want results here. Again, Joe Biden.
Well, no, remember, we had COVID. We had inflation. Okay. Well, I don't want excuses. What happened to the border? I don't want excuses, bitch. I want results at the fucking border. This is why you lost. Give me the answer. Why didn't Biden deter the illegal immigrants rather than incentivizing illegal immigrants to come here? Because he didn't answer the question.
No.
And I really want my question answered. This is the thing with these lefties, is they get so frustrated when you keep asking the question, and then they'll ask you a question, and then you'll answer the question, and then they'll ask you the same question back, even though you already answered the question. That's a prime example that just happened earlier, right, OJ? Yep. Let's be honest. Well, why didn't Trump do it? Oh, yeah. Okay, probably for political reasons. Fine. Don't care. Moving on. Now answer mine. You know, it's so funny, dude. Fucking dude, Destiny got fucking cooked, bro. He got fucking cooked. You know, I don't mean this in a rude way, but you could be a good representation of the Republican Party since there are not a whole lot of Mexicans with your knowledge. Actually, that's not a rude thing to say. You're 100% right about that. All these fucking bro, I'm being 100% here, bro. I live in a community with like 90% Hispanics, 95, some shit like that, right, OJ?
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, some of them are conservative, but they cannot articulate the way that I can. I mean, it's just not true. I'm sorry, I don't know where I get it or whatever, but it's true. A lot of these fucking Hispanics around here are fucking morons. It's not that they're morons. Yeah, they're Democrats and shit like that. Even like people that are left-wing, Democrats, Hispanics, they're idiots. Even the ones that are right-wing, yeah, I mean, they can't express how they, in a debate format. But however, it's not their job, bro. They just want to live their lives. They want to go to church. They want to fucking make their money, and that's that. So no, totally not even, dude, bro. Not in a rude way at all, bro. I totally understand what you're saying. Yeah, a lot of Walgreens are going out of business because they can't do anything, and there's so much theft, they're losing too much money. That's true. Actually, many of them already went out of business because of that, right?
Yeah,
because of that law, OJ.
99-cent store.
Yep.
All of that.
All that shit. This one's to you, OJ. OJ can't help you a whole lot because every time you say you're going to run the border to get some food, do you think something different other than Taco Bell? Well, he sometimes eats Jack in the Box. That's kind of white food right there. And not only that, Taco Bell gives you the runs, right? You don't drink Taco Bell.
Yeah, you
eat Taco Bell. YouTube needs to make it where people can edit their comments. Yeah, I know what you mean. You have to fucking do like a correction on that. All right. Anyways, ready to move on? Any thoughts before we go?
Nah, let's go.
All right.
I'm sorry, wait. What legislation has Trump gotten passed in any of his 5 years now in office related to the border?
Related to the border?
Nothing.
No, the executive orders.
There's nothing.
But again,
it's virtue signaling right now.
How is he virtue signaling?
Because you don't know,
Destiny,
there's nothing but virtue signal to.
At the same time, when he mitigated the borders completely.
I'm literally answering the question right then and there. What did he pass to get this done? Yeah, he literally mitigated the border through executive order.
Down 99%
Yes.
when it comes to the encounter rates.
Yeah,
he
and
did that through executive order. Why couldn't Biden do the same thing?
It's crazy that he asked this question. What did Donald Trump do at the border? Like nothing. But what have you been living in America the past 6 months? He literally mitigated the fucking border, and I shoot out these stats to him. Is this guy insane? Am I insane here?
I think he just wanted to say the word nothing.
Yeah, I think so too. And it's crazy these fucking Destiny cocksuckers are coming to my channel saying that I have low IQ. Like this is crazy, bro. What did Trump do? Yeah, he shot it down from 200,000 people at the border on average under Joe Biden, all the way to 7,000 people. I think I answered the question of what he's doing. He did nothing. That's crazy, bro. That's fucking crazy, dude. This is what I'm saying. I'm destroying Destiny, bro. I'm literally destroying them in real time. In real time. How is nobody giving me credit right now? Nobody's giving me credit. I have to fucking come in here and break this down myself. What the fuck's going on? I need another YouTuber to break this shit. Because I'm going insane fucking dealing with this fuck.
Because of Destiny, at the same time, when he mitigated the borders completely down 99% when it comes to the encounter rates, he did that through executive order. Why couldn't Biden do the same thing? Hold on, why couldn't Biden do the same thing if you're complaining about a border bill that they offered in 2024 when they could have done it in 2020 or 2021?
Because typically Democrats don't like to rule via executive order the same way that Donald Trump does.
Okay, so they don't like to use executive orders, is what you're saying, in order to fix a problem that was already there during the Biden administration, right?
The same way that Trump does. Correct.
Okay, Destiny.
Do you recognize that it's probably better to have like legislation and powers from Congress to regulate the border rather than doing what Donald Trump does, which is to declare a national emergency in every single part of the world in order to get his agenda passed, I say, but in order to rule by executive fiat. That's not good. The fact that we're doing
that is good. That is good.
Executive office. The fact that we're doing all of our border policy from the office by declaring emergencies. Like, well, I'm curious. Do you think there's a national emergency with fentanyl coming in from Canada?
Yeah, well, of course.
Okay, so this is where Travis Payneberg is like, okay, I got him. Now remember this. He talks about the fentanyl coming from Canada, right? Now I didn't care about the Canada part, but I was telling him in general fentanyl is a problem at the border because I'm talking about the southern border. He mentions Canada, don't care about Canada. I say in general fentanyl's a problem. Now look at his reaction here after me saying fentanyl's an issue in general. In general, it's an issue. Okay. Yeah, he knows he's losing with the stutter, bro. That's how you know. Bro. It's crazy. Anyone who can understand that Destiny is saying when he goes off is a good listener. Yeah, thank you, Ghost, bro. Like seriously, I was there hyper focused on this. Here's the thing, guys. When I was prepping for this debate, I was prepping for different directions that Destiny might or might not go. One of the directions that I thought he could go was an emotional argument. And I even told OJ here my strategy if he were to bring an emotional argument.
I said that would be a good thing.
Now, yeah. But I even told OJ, I was like, you know what, bro? I don't think he's going to do an emotional argument when it comes to the border. I don't think he's going to do it. I don't see him doing it. But just in case he does, I have something to absolutely demolish him on it. And OJ, I told you my whole argumentation of that. It never happened. Destiny did not make an argument through emotion, so I was fine with it. Fine, fair enough. He was strictly talking about policies. Okay, cool. That never happened. But at the same time, you do have to be a good listener, especially when you're dealing with Destiny. Like that's just something that is just a must with this fuckhead. You know? It's good to use executive order for the immediate response. Well, that's my point there, is to mitigate the issue right now. So that's really what it is. I see why they left you out of the thumbnail. Yeah, exactly, bro. What the fuck? This was the best debate of the night, easily. This was the back and forth, etc. I destroyed this fucker. That's really what it was. But they put that other black kid with the afro who's like half Mexican. That was a conversation. Every single debater on there was not a MAGA guy, bro. They were just centrist libertarians, classical type of liberals debating somebody that they 90% agree with.
Destiny doesn't really go up against what he should be going up against. Like somebody like you, somebody else should be there. Just like the way Charlie Clerk goes into these schools that they were complaining about.
Yes.
It's like he's going against the opposite position every single time.
Every single time.
Not with this whole thing like, hey, I'm Democrat, but I voted for Trump, or hey, I'm a Marxist, like one of these fuckers said. It's like, dude, like
OJ.
These are not debates.
Exactly. OJ, this is what I'm telling you here, bro. Is that when people like Myron Gaines, Charlie Kirk, or Steven Crowder go to these fucking college campuses, 95% of those kids massively disagree with these people. Massively disagree with them. If Destiny goes to a college campus, they don't massively disagree with them. They get conversations. They get these types of reactions, like we see here with the Travis Pangberg channel. The reality is that fucking when it comes to the natural public, they have very progressive ideas that they want to push, especially when it comes to emotions. So yeah, Destiny when he's actually put up against somebody like me, who's willing to go up there. And by the way, guys, this is not an easy thing to do. Like, this is not easy, bro. Like, every single person on here, they're not even debaters, but every single person on here that goes on there, I have to give them their props because it's not easy, bro. And you have a high risk, especially dealing with Destiny, who's one of the best liberal debaters on the left. If you go up there, dude, if you get embarrassed by the internet, that's your fucking fault, bro. That's your fucking fault. So it's not an easy thing to do, especially how this guy debates. I had to study this fuck. I had to study him, and I had to pick a topic that I knew I could beat him in. I literally had to be Batman. I had to prep. I was Batman here with prep time, taking on fucking Thanos.
Man, don't give yourself that credit.
Or Darkseid. No, it was, bro. No, I'm going to give myself that fucking credit. I was Batman prepping for fucking Darkseid. All right? I'm literally Batman prepping for Darkseid. You know what? Next time, how about you debate Destiny? You tell me. You tell me how that goes, fucker.
I know, all right? I'm only fucking with you.
No, but I'm being for reals, bro. It is not easy. Especially I'm not used to going on stage and debating. I've only done it twice. All right, this is my second time doing this shit. So yeah, fucking, I'm there to fucking wreck shit. I'm there to prep. I'm not there to get embarrassed. I'm not there to lose. I never enter a debate or, even when I was in high school playing football, music, I'm never there to fucking lose. I'm always there to fucking win. So it's not an easy thing to do, bro. It's definitely not an easy thing. Grumple, steel skin, motherfucker. Haven't seen you in the fucking chat in a fucking good while, bro. Sexy, I don't even know what that says.
Trouser.
Sexy trousers. Thank you so much, Grumple Steel Skin. We're just breaking down my my debate that I had with Destiny over the weekend, bro. But yeah, I'm just saying this, bro. It's not an easy thing to go on stage in front of a live audience of 100, 200 people, along with the internet audience of like 10,000, 15,000 people watching live. Not a very easy thing to do. But I had a lot of fun, and I absolutely demolished Destiny in this debate, you know. And if you disagree with me, please let me know where Destiny destroyed me. Because this guy keeps just saying, well, Republicans proposed this bill. They closed this bill. Therefore, Biden's better on the border. I don't understand his logic here. Don't understand his logic. All right, we can move on now.
Emergencies.
So hold on. I forgot what the fuck we were talking about here.
But in order to rule by executive fiat, that's not good. The fact that we're doing unilateral tariff policy from the executive office, the fact that we're doing all of our border policy from the office by...
I think Destiny's around like 5... he's taller than me, so he's probably around 5... A little taller than me. He's probably around like 5'8", 5'9" at most. He's not that tall. He's not that tall. Because I'm 5'7". He's taller than me, so he's probably around 5'8", 5'9". Around there. If I had to guess. I don't know his exact height.
Declaring emergencies. Like, well, I'm curious. Do you think there's a national emergency with fentanyl coming in from Canada?
Yeah, well, of course it's a national emergency when it comes to the southern border.
Canada?
Well, fentanyl in general, yes, it is.
It's not about in general. Is there a national emergency from fentanyl coming in from Canada?
Yes, it is. But really quick.
You're a Canadian drug dealer. Where is Pangburn?
So really quick.
How much fentanyl did you make this
I am the Canadian drug dealer.
Anyways.
Okay, so he repositioned his question saying that, oh, I'm just talking about Canada. I'm like, yes, in general. So I think we were talking past each other there. I think we were talking past each other. Because I was just talking about like fentanyl in general. But remember, this is just a small segment. I'm not even talking about fentanyl. Fentanyl's an issue for sure. But I guess if you want to give Destiny that point, that's fine with me. Don't care. I already scored too many at this point.
The point is that I'm trying to make, though, Destiny. If you're saying, well, it's not a problem at all, but at the same time,
when did I say that? Did I say that?
You did say that.
I said it was not a massive problem, and it's evidenced by the fact that when the legislation shut it down, the Republicans had no problem kicking to the curb for 6 months.
But that's not the case, Destiny. Again, yes, I would say that they were running off the bill. Could you get power and get Donald Trump in office and then fix the border with executive orders, especially when you want to do it the root cause, right? The root cause would be encounters. Obviously, the more encounters you have, the more people are going to stay after the administration's over.
So I'm curious. Fucking facts. Now, again, we saw that with Joe Biden. Joe Biden having 10 million encounters at the border, and at a rough estimate, by the way, of people that stayed in the United States interior afterwards, and I'm giving a rough estimate, like a small amount, 4.5 to 5 million people that stayed out of the 10 million encounters. That's nearly half, guys, or half if you want to put the number half, bro. The U.S. border, both north and south, and all tailway around Texas, best country, all needed full walls. Yeah, 100%, bro. Oh yeah, Grumple's actually from Texas as well, just like Gibbs and myself. We're all Texans right here, bro.
Yeah, we're all Texans.
I fucking love Texas, bro. We are fucking Texans, man. We are fucking Texans. Came late here for the party now, boys. Hey, man. Glad to have you. Glad to have you. Better late than never, bro. Better late than never. That doesn't even include the ones that never had an encounter. That is true too, bro. Think of it that way. We had 200,000 average at the border a month from encounters. Imagine the ones that we missed, OJ.
Damn.
Out of all that many people, I bet you we missed a lot. I bet you we missed a lot. So I bet you that 10 million is probably higher than what we actually suspect. So I'm just saying, I'm doing small numbers, by the way. Small numbers with him, you know? But yeah, Grumple actually makes a good point on that. Good point on that.
The more encounters you have, the more people are going to stay after the administration's over. Wouldn't you say?
So I'm curious.
Just
are you
happy? Hold on.
Are you happy?
The numbers show
Shut
this.
up, Destiny.
The numbers show this. Even with 10 million there, we had 50% of them stay within the United States interior after Joe Biden left office. So yes, that's an issue right there. At this point, we have 25 million unaccounted immigrants here.
What you're talking about is by design, though, right? If they came in and they have a receipt waiting to have their asylum claim adjudicated, of course they're going to stay here.
How many of them were claiming asylum?
Okay, So this is where he brings up asylum. Now, we have to take a small break, guys. I'm sorry. The reason why is because I ran out of beer. So Nemojo. Now, I'll let OJ entertain you for a minute or two. If he's willing to do that. Or I could play some music.
Play music.
You fucking shitty ass co-host. What the fuck are you doing? You're a shitty ass co-host. You just play some music for them. Entertain, fucker. That's what your job is. That's what your job is. I'll be fucking back. Entertain the audience while I'm gone, fuckhead. Do it now.
Play the damn music. Fucking bastard. Yeah, pretty much. I am like, nah, fuck that. I'm ready high as a kite. I'm just reacting to the chat. What is this? I'm not fucking gladiator over here.
Go, OJ. Entertain them. Go, OJ.
Go. I know. Go. You should put the
Go,
music
OJ.
on.
I'm not here. I'm not here. Go, entertain them. Go, OJ. I'm rooting for you.
I know. Really run the wrong direction.
Are you not Oh, fuck. I left my door open. All right, hold on. You guys can see my living room now. You guys could see my dark living room. There's no light in there, obviously. All right.
There's
Okay.
no
So, yeah. Nice sofa, bud. You could. Oh yeah, you could see by the sofa there. Yeah, that was my love seat. All right, my love seat. So chat. Were you not entertained while I was gone? I think you guys were.
I don't think so.
All right. Fair enough. All right, we can move on.
That was a receipt waiting to have their asylum claim adjudicated. Of course they're going to stay
How
here.
many of them were claiming asylum out of the 10 million?
That was the whole loophole for them getting in.
Dude, how many of them claimed asylum?
But my guess is the majority of them, it's like over 80, 90% of the illegal people that came in did it. They say illegal, but it was by claiming asylum.
Okay, so you actually believe 90% of the 10 million people that were here were claiming
asylum seeker
asylum,
claims, yes.
even though they traveled.
Actually, I fucked up there because what I should have asked was how many of them were asylum seekers. That should have been the question. I said how many of them claimed asylum. So actually, Destiny.
He did answer 80 and 90.
Yeah, he did. So actually, that's kind of a fair comparison. What I meant to say, actually, I should have reworded the question there. That's an L on my part. That's an L right there. I don't have any booze here, but I'll give myself a fart. That's an L right there. What I should have asked was how many of them are asylum seekers. Are asylum seekers, right? There's a difference between claiming asylum and are asylum, right? And I think I reword it here. And I think Destiny understands where I'm coming from on that.
I actually believe 90% of the 10 million people that were here were claiming asylum,
claims,
even though they traveled all the way over here, paying thousands of dollars to the cartels to get over here, and then they snuck in here illegally.
Are you claiming that they are illegitimate asylum claims, or are you claiming that they're not?
Okay, so there you go. So Destiny asked a clarifying question, then I give him yes.
Legitimately, yes, of course, obviously.
Okay, how do you determine
but how do you know they're legitimate?
You have a judge that adjudicates it. That's the whole point. But we don't have that system now. So you talk about the 10 million people that are here that are supposedly a huge issue. We have no way to work through that backlog because we didn't get additional judges. We didn't get additional funding. We didn't get additional resources. All things that were part of the original bill that would have been passed that the Republicans shut down. Instead, we got an executive order saying, no more people coming through the border, which is fine.
And then it worked. That's the thing. We got an executive order that worked. And now it's mitigated 99%. Like, that's crazy how he really shoots down Donald Trump's way of working the mitigation problem, bro. That's insane to me, bro. Pack them cigarettes. Oh, I'm packing them. I'm packing that bitch. Packing that bitch hard, by the way. I hope you guys heard it. Methane just sounded like a fucking Porky Pig. No, but that's crazy, dude. That's crazy. Actually, I did take an L there. I should have asked a better question, which was how many of them are asylum seekers. So it was good that Destiny actually did the clarifying question where it was like, are legitimate? I said, yes, legitimate, obviously. But he still doubles down and says 90 and 80, right? He actually understood the question at this point. So Destiny.
But do you think that we got additional resources? All things are part of the original blog.
They're legitimate.
You have a judge that
illegally.
Are you claiming that they are illegitimate asylum claims? Or are you claiming
Yes,
that they're not
illegitimately. Yes, of course, obviously.
Okay, how do you determine
But how do you know they're legitimate?
You have a judge that adjudicates it. That's the whole point.
Okay.
But we don't have that system now. So you talk about the 10 million people that are here that are supposedly a huge issue. We have no way to work through that backlog because we didn't get additional judges. We didn't get additional funding. We didn't get additional resources. All things are a part of the original bill that would have been passed that the Republicans shut down. Instead, we got an executive order saying, oh, no more people coming through the border, which is fine. I guess it works for that. But do you think that by the end of this 4 years...
the problem right there off the bat.
That's solving the problem. What about the people that are here?
Yes, when it comes to encounters at the border, yes, it solved the problem. We saw this through
That's not the only problem. You just said there are 10 million people here. Isn't that a problem? All the asylum seeker claims that came through here?
Well, 5 million under Joe Biden, right? He did deport 3 million, etc., and we have this. But at the same time, I'm saying that yes, we now that we've shut down the border, which Trump is massively better on, like you can
agree with that,
right, Destiny?
No, I don't even know what you're going. Do you think that anybody should?
Wait, hold on.
I don't know what you're going. When you say better,
are you denying the fact that we had 7,000 people encountered at the border in March compared to 200,000 on average under Joe Biden? Do you think that's better? Wouldn't you say that's better?
I wouldn't average Joe Biden because on the years it massively came down.
Okay, fine.
So that is true there. Throughout the years, it massively came down. However, 200,000 is still the average. So this is why I bring up, okay, the last month of Biden. The last month, which... Yes, 1/4 of that was shared by Donald Trump. Fair enough, but still 50,000 under just 3 weeks of Biden. Let's say 10,000 came under Trump. 10,000. That's still like 45,000 off of Biden. You know, it doesn't matter. It doesn't. It doesn't fucking matter that he wants to bring that statistic like, oh, it massively went down. Well, Trump was still there, so we don't know the exact. That's bullshit argumentation. He doesn't want to answer the question if that's better.
Here, because the massive spike was immediately after
COVID. In January, it was 50,000. Is that still better?
In January of what year?
Of 2025, Biden's last month.
I would have to see the numbers because Donald Trump would have been president for 1/3 of the month on that anyway. So, but the question is, if you already have 10 million here illegally, if you think that everything is fine now, if Donald Trump goes the next 4 years and he doesn't,
that's the best part right there for me. He could not answer how he knows they are legitimate asylum seekers. You can tell because the response from the crowd. Yeah, no shit, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, what is that? Well, we adjudicate them. We need judges. But then we don't have enough judges, so therefore we don't know if they're legitimate asylum seekers, right? This is the loophole right there. But the real issue here is Trump's executive order mitigates all of the illegal immigrants coming at the border, right? Trump mitigated that 99%. Now that we have literally 99% less illegals at the border encounters, now the judges that we do have, we don't need so many more judges in order to get them out. In order to pass their case. We could use less judges now because of the mitigation at the border. Now looking back at this debate, I should have went that direction, but hey man, I'm not a perfect debater. But that's something that I should have went with. I love how he sets himself up with is 10 million not good, not a good thing that allows you to attack and go, no, it's not, hence why we need more ICE deportations and more self-deportations. Yeah, exactly, bro. Exactly. Like if Destiny's going to take the number that 10 million people are in the United States, yeah, we need more ICE to patrol. In fact, the big, beautiful bill funding, 500 million more money to ICE, that's a good thing, to hire more people. If Destiny's like, okay, it's 10 million people, yeah, then we're going to need more ICE agents, right? That would make sense too.
Pass any legislation or do anything else at the border besides a single executive order saying, nobody's allowed to come in and claim asylum and all of that.
Sure.
Is that a success to you? That's good?
I would say that because we already have that issue already set in stone as far as the encounter rates here at the border, I would say we would start working on a bill in order to get that done on a permanent matter at least by the end of his administration. If he doesn't do that, I would say, yeah, that's a failure. But definitely the bigger failure here would still be Joe Biden.
Okay, I'm happy with that. We'll see that by the end of the 4 years. No, because they had a bill ready to go that Congress was ready to sign, that the president was ready to sign, and Donald Trump sent a DM to Ted Cruz, to the rest of the Republicans. They
He sent a DM.
Donald Trump says that we shouldn't pass this bill. And then all of a sudden, the Republican Dream Bill that was authored by Langford, a Republican in the Senate that they were all happy with, all of a sudden, all of them said, well, nah, Donald Trump doesn't want to go this way with things because Donald Trump doesn't want to go any way with anything. And all he wanted to do was sign an executive order to band-aid the issue at the border and not have any kind of comprehensive deal with anything with the people here right now or anything else.
This is obviously playing politics, right? You could say that. Especially
do you know what you play politics with? You play politics with issues that aren't that important.
Politics.
That's not that big of an issue then.
No, it is a big
Yeah,
issue.
the bill was fucking garbage, right? Now, again, I didn't even mention the fact that the not only that bill carried a lot of donations, a lot of funding to Ukraine and Israel, which is another issue that I didn't even fucking bring up, which didn't even matter in this debate. Because even if that was the case, even if we say that they were playing politics, who cares? Joe Biden's still bad at the border. That's my point here. Doesn't even matter if he killed the bill. Joe Biden still sucks at the border. That's my main claim here. It's not matter.
Even if they say that, for example, like what you mentioned about the whole water deal, that, hey, they passed the bill in 2024, and then yet, what is Biden going to do? Say, oh, look, now I fixed it. And, try to convince Democrats. So, yeah.
Yeah, and that would be the problem of influence, right? That they're going to influence people to vote for them because they fixed the border the last 3 months. And it's people like Raleigh made this fucking argument. Well, we have to look at the last 3 months of Joe Biden's administration, right? Like gas prices were going down the last fucking 3-4 months and this and that. It was all going down the last fucking 3, 4, 5 months. So therefore it was a good thing. Like, get the fuck out of here. We suffered for 3.5 fucking years. And now you want to look at the last fucking 3 to 6 months and say this is a good thing. It's lunacy, bro. It's lunacy from these fucking lefties. And Raleigh's a good example. RC, he debated, of course, he debated Raleigh. I mean, not Raleigh. Rob Noor, I'm sorry. He debated Rob Noor on the channel not too long ago. And Rob absolutely obliterated him in that debate. By the way, shout out to Miss fucking D here in the chat. Good to see you, Miss D. Good to see you, Miss D. Bring within arm's reach, even off the same mic. Stand seems like a good way to keep things polite and civil versus a lot of online interactions. Being the arm's reach. Yeah, even off the same mic seems good way to keep things polite. Well, it's funny, bro. I was right in front of Destiny, and I don't know if you guys... Was this a polite exchange between Destiny and I? I don't know if it was. I don't know if it was, bro, to be honest. Yeah, well, Rob is awesome, bro.
It wasn't too crazy or whatever. So I'm gonna say you didn't go that non-polite. Well, actually, you know what? Let people see the next segment.
Okay. All right. Go for it.
That's right.
For 6 months.
Politics,
That's not that big of an issue then.
No, it is a big issue.
Clearly
here.
not.
It
If they
would
could
be
kick it down the road for 6 months. That's not that big of an issue. What else? What other equivalent issue could you do that with?
Let me tell you this. When it came to voters in general, you do know the number one issue with people that voted, especially for Donald Trump, was because of the border, right? You know that, right?
The number one issue with kindergartners is they think they don't have enough nap time. I mean, that's not telling me anything.
That is telling you something. Look at the polls, Destiny.
That's
See,
fine.
for you to just ignore, for you to ignore.
Conservatives think that 25% of Americans are trans. Just because of the voters say they care about a particular thing.
There's one conservative that thinks 25% of the population is trans.
I don't know. Ask people to do
I don't know.
Shut up off the bat.
I'm not making shut up.
I fucking love that part so much. Where he's like, we have Republicans that think 25% of the politicians are fucking trans or population's trans. I'm like, oh, name one fucking name any conservative, bro. I don't know. Well, you're making shit up. I'm not making shit up. This is crazy, dude. This is crazy. That's why when I hear wild shit, it's just so hard to have a fucking debate with this guy when he's making up stupid ass shit like Republicans, us, we believe 25% of the population's trans. This is a massive over-exaggeration. Yeah. It's insane, bro. It's so fucking insane. Chess boxing is a top-tier sport. I don't even know what chess boxing is. My bad. Jake, would you have fucking got him with the two-piece combo and put him to sleep? Yeah, I would. I definitely would. I definitely fucking would, man. Two-piece combo. IRL keeps it from being personal. That's a good point, actually. It is a good point. Like IRLs. Now, Destiny did, he shook my hand at the end of the debate. You guys will see right now,
Bad
it's literally you go poll. You can literally go look it
You are
up.
making shit up, Destiny. That's the
Okay.
point here.
All
Is
right.
that it's hard to talk to you when you're saying stupid statements like Republicans believe 25%
Listen,
of the population
we
is
reached a
trans.
point of
Like,
agreement.
come on.
We reached a point of agreement. I'm happy. So you're saying that at the end of this administration, after 4 years, if there's no immigration legislation, you would consider that his
Yes,
stance
I
on the border was a
yes, I
failure.
would say that
Okay,
this
I'm
would be
good
a
with that. I'm
failure
happy
for
with
sure.
that. Okay,
But
cool.
wouldn't we agree that under Joe Biden, allowing especially
Now, by the way, he already asked me that question earlier in the debate where he said, okay, well, okay, at the end of the 4 years of Donald Trump, if we don't actually get a bill to permanentize that, would that be a failure? And I would say, yeah. I would say, okay, I'll concede and say that's a failure. Fine, fair enough. I'm willing to do that if we don't get the bill passed. However, it's still more of a success than Joe Biden. And Destiny cannot concede to that. He cannot.
Oh, because he loves Joe Biden.
He loves Joe Biden. And here's the thing. The numbers back this up. And he's saying, no, Joe Biden did okay. Like, listen to this guy's excuse, bro. Listen to this shit. I conceded. I said, okay, fine. If he doesn't get a bill fucking passed at the end of the fucking administration, we'll see the future from now. I would say that's a failure, Destiny. Could you say the same thing with Joe Biden, who didn't get any bill passed at the end of his fucking administration? You're gonna put the same standards here. Therefore, would you consider that a failure? It's very simple here. I'm asking the same question back. Okay, let's put the same standards on Biden. No, he did okay. OJ, he did okay.
Yeah. Oh,
he did
yeah.
okay at the border. He did okay at the border. This is lunacy. What fucking moron's gonna watch this fucking debate other than a fucking Destiny nutsucker? And it's gonna tell me that I have fucking low IQ debating this fuck. That's crazy, bro. It's crazy, these fucking Destiny fuckheads coming at me saying that he demolished me. It's fucking insane, dude.
I would say that this would be a failure for sure.
Okay,
but wouldn't we agree that under Joe Biden, allowing especially the numbers that we see from Joe Biden, would you say that his policies when it came to the border is also a failure?
It's failure.
Wait, I think that he could have done better at the border, for sure.
He could have done better.
So you would say that you could have done better, but you would consider it
But
a
there were
success?
like 50 million other
Middle?
things that he was
What
handling
would
in the
it be?
country at that point in time.
Yeah,
I would
but
say that
I'm
I
strictly
would say
just
that
talking about the border.
he could do better.
Yeah, but there was 50 million things. Talk about the border. Well, he could do better. What does that mean? Is that a success? Is that a failure? What is it? Again, Destiny does this shit. He's not answering my fucking questions, OJ.
No.
Is it
Never
a
did.
failure or is it not? If you can agree with me that if the bill's not passed at the end of fucking Donald Trump's administration, it's a failure. And he agrees. Okay, cool, fine. All right, we can agree on that. Great. Well, Joe Biden didn't have any bill at the end of his administration. So is it a failure? Well, he could have done better. Okay, is it a success or a failure? Answer my question. Nothing. Nothing. This guy can't answer fucking questions. But yet, I got pwned by this. Fucking lunacy, bro.
Nah, you
Fucking
just
lunacy.
wrong.
Now
You
you
just
know
gotta-
why I didn't make the fucking thumbnail on this shit.
Destiny just likes to just use a lot of word salad just to throw everybody off. That's all he just says.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I'm gonna keto that shit the way Andrew Tate says. Keto. Fucking blocking. Bullets bounce off of me. Do all that shit, bro. Fuck that shit, bro. Destiny's getting demolished here, bro. He can't answer a fucking simple question. I've already answered it several times. And I answer his questions, bro. I even give him the caveat. Okay, fine. Trump did it off of political reasons. So what? Doesn't hurt my argument. You know, I'll answer his questions. He won't answer mine.
50 million other
Middle?
things that he was
What
handling
would
in the
it
country
be?
at that point in time.
Yeah,
I would
but
say that
I'm
I would
strictly
say
just
that
talking about the border.
he could do better. Donald Trump
Is
is
it a
not
failure or is it not?
No, I'm not going to say he's
Okay,
it's failed at the
so
border.
then at
No.
that point we can't really agree, especially when it comes to Biden, especially allowing 5 million people into the border. And if you look at other administrations, it was nowhere near those numbers, bro.
True.
It was nowhere near
Because-
those numbers.
because
Not from
after-
Barack
because
Obama,
after-
not from the previous administration of Donald.
Yeah, like even with Barack Obama deported more people than people that he let into the interior of the United States. Same thing with fucking Donald Trump. Donald Trump deported around 2.5 million, close to 3 million. And according to the numbers, he let in around 800,000, less than 1 million people that got in under the stats here. So again, they're always on a positive. Biden was on a negative, bro. 3.5 million while letting in the smallest amount, which is 5 million.
Nope.
This is a failure. This would be considered a failure. This is why I shoot that into his face too, is that other administrations did not have this. But yet, he could have done better. He could have fucking done better. Dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge. Yeah, exactly. It's exactly what fucking Destiny's doing. There's no fucking person online that's a fucking, that is actually sane, that will look at this and say, yeah, Jake Varr got his fucking ass kicked, bro. Jake Varr is low IQ. This guy got demolished by answering questions and Destiny couldn't answer his. Okay, I got demolished. Right? Fucking crazy, bro. Has anyone ever told you look like Roland? Who?
No,
Ronnie Ratkin? I don't know who that is.
I don't know who that is.
Let me look him up and we'll see if I look like him. Ronnie Radke. Oh, he's talking about the lead singer of what's the name of this band? Falling in Reverse.
I don't know who that is.
You don't know who the lead singer of Falling in Reverse is?
No.
Yeah, see, here you go. Lead singer Falling in Reverse. Yeah, hold on, let me show this tab. This weirdo. He's kind of gay looking, bro. So you're calling me gay. It's like, what the fuck? No, but like Falling in Reverse they're not bad. They have some good tunes.
Never heard of them.
Yeah, you have, bro. I've showed you some of their songs.
Yeah.
They have like one or two good songs. Like really good songs.
Then I guess I don't remember.
Yeah, you don't remember them. But anyways, technically, wouldn't Obama be a Republican by modern leftists with the deportation of people? Actually, that's a good point. Yeah. Like again, it's funny because these leftists don't actually want to talk about the Barack Obama mass deportation. If you really break that down, I think what Barack Obama deported, was it 8 million? Obama deportation numbers. I think it was around that 8 million mark, actually. Hold on. I think it's 8 million from what I remember. No, it wasn't 8 million. Hold on. Peak year. They're breaking down the numbers. Okay, 5.3. That's still a lot. That's still a lot. All right, nevertheless. But yeah, by those standards, it would be. By those standards, it would be, bro. All right, we move on.
Trump. Okay. This is an issue that we don't care about. We just don't care about. You don't care about it?
We just don't care about it anymore. Okay.
I care about it. It's a talking point you put up, just like how in the 4 years before Donald Trump, and the 4 years after Donald Trump and Biden, it was always like, there's the new caravan that's coming to the border. Here's the new
that was true. There was caravans coming to the border.
Yeah, where are
This was kind of another part of mine that's kind of funny. Like there's new caravans. There was a lot of new caravans, OJ. You remember that shit?
Wow. Yeah, I remember that.
It's like, where's Destiny? Where are the caravans? It never happened. This guy's literally going to sit there and tell you that the caravans never happened. This invasion never happened. Caravans weren't there. That's insane that he makes this argument, bro.
Trump and Biden, it was always like, there's the new caravan that's coming to the border. Here's the new
that was true. There was caravans coming to the border.
Where are they? Where are all the caravans? What happened?
Oh, you didn't watch the news of the caravans going to the southern border?
Yeah, where did they go? What happened?
It's crazy to me how Destiny just wants to ignore it. Where did they go? There's no caravans. I'm just going to ignore them and pretend that they don't exist.
It's crazy that all of these illegals were supposed to come in. They were supposed to be overwhelming all the welfare centers and everything else, but they started raiding Home Depots to kick them out of their jobs. It's crazy that they were supposed to destroy the United States, but somehow they go to places like California that is the most prosperous economy in the entire United States. You know, like.
That's great. So really quick, the Honduras migrant caravans this is under the Biden administration, as you guys can see. Where did they go? Where are the caravans at, right?
In the United States?
Yeah, they're coming, the Honduras caravans, yeah. They're coming over to the United. Look at that. Look, did you see that caravan? Where did they go? Hold on, did you see that, OJ? Yep. Look at these caravans.
Oh, right there.
Oh, where did they go? There's no caravans. It's just a figment of your fucking imagination, according to Destiny. They were nowhere to be found, bro. Seeking a better life, migrants are heading to north towards America. Look at this caravan. While swinging their flag around. While swinging down their Honduras fucking flag.
Well, I'm a little insulted.
Why?
Because they should have been carrying the American flag if they're headed this way.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? Even if they were carrying the American flag, they're still not allowed here. I don't give a shit what they're carrying.
Well, that's true, but I'm just saying I take a little offense for them trying with that.
Sure, at least try to gaslight us and carry an American flag, right? No, they're carrying their own flag. Destiny says, where were the caravans at, right? Am I misquoting him? Did I hear that right? Did you hear that right?
Yep.
Let's hear him again. He doesn't know where the caravan's at. Where did they go? Hold on. Let's see this.
And everything else, but they started raiding Home Depots to kick them in. They were supposed to be I'm just saying, it's just crazy to me. Here's a question: if illegal immigrants go to the United States, why wouldn't Donald Trump sit and watch California fall apart? Why is he sending ICE to go to galloping horses?
Was this after this?
I'm just saying, it's kind of crazy.
Calm down. Here's the thing.
You only have a couple.
Oh, you're right.
Overwhelming all the welfare centers and everything else.
He just wants to ignore it.
There
was caravans.
About it. Like nobody in the province care about it. It's a talking point you put up. Just like how in the 4 years before Donald Trump and the 4 years after Donald Trump and Biden, it was always like, there's the new caravan that's coming to the border. Here's the new
that was
illegals
true.
that are
There
coming
was
to the border.
caravans
Yeah,
coming
where
to the
are
border,
they?
yes.
Where are all the caravans?
Yeah.
Okay, so we did hear that right.
Yeah.
So under Joe Biden, it was like there's a bunch of new caravans, and then Destiny's saying, where are they? Where are the new caravans? Where are all these caravans you guys are talking about? Here are the caravans. It's very simple. You can literally look this up through a fucking Google search of the caravans. This is one example. This is the Honduras caravan. Fucking crazy, bro. Destiny Spurgeon between cut it soon. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I know, dude. Dude, this guy's spurging the fuck out, and then Travis wants to say, "Hey, cut it out soon. Cut it. We're a few more minutes, Jake." Travis, I literally made your boy spurg out like a fucking lunatic, saying that these caravans don't exist. This is insane, bro. Destiny did not see any of this.
I think when you did this, I think that's what cut you from the thumbnail.
Yeah, no shit. I ain't gonna put Jake on the thumbnail. This guy's fucking dominating. He's absolutely destroying Destiny in a non-sexual way for the first time in his life on stage in front of people, bro. Look at this. More than 3,000 are on the move, fleeing poverty and violence and the aftermath of the devastating hurricanes. Fuck out of here, bro. Where are these caravans? Fuck out of here, bro. Look at this. Honduras migrants caravans heading to the U.S. Pins. They don't even speak English. These fucking people. Look at this. What? She's wearing a mask. Look at this. Look at this ugly creature right here. You want this fucking ugly creature in? I think she does. It looks like it, to be honest, man. Fuck that. Let them swim to another country. Yeah, exactly, bro. Fuck that. Let them swim their asses to fucking Japan for all I care, bro. Fuck this shit. So when Destiny's sitting there saying, "Oh, where are the caravans, guys? Where the fuck are the caravans at?" They're a figment of your fucking imagination, apparently. Job opportunities, right? Look at the Oh, OJ, where are the caravans at? Where are
I have
they?
no idea.
I don't see any caravans. I see no caravans here. Nothing to see here. This is fucking crazy, bro. Destiny wants to sit there and say this is a figment of your fucking imagination. Can you guys see how I absolutely dominated Destiny in this debate? Absolutely dominated this fuck. Not even close. This guy's making shit up out of the air. I said, did you not see the news? Fucking right there, caravans. We can prove it right now in real time here on the Project VO Pod. It does piss me off a little bit, though, how much he fucking lies. How he makes shit up. And if you're not familiar with it, you can get caught. You know?
Yeah.
But it's insane to me how much this guy fucking is so disingenuous. You never trust these liberals. They will stab you in the fucking back, bro. They don't care about fucking actual discord, bro. And I'm sorry, asylum is for only a few reasons. So just because you're in a shithole country does not mean you get to jump in front of the line. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That is
They're supposed to go to the next country.
The next country. Remember, that was the Remain in Mexico bill. You go to the next country for asylum, right? Correct? Apparently they're all asylum seekers, right?
Yeah. But dude, they're probably to so many countries. So it's like, hey, what the fuck you're doing?
This is 118 countries through the southern border coming to the United States, guys. 118 countries. Think about that shit. And they're all seeking asylum, according to Destiny? 90%, 80% are seeking asylum in the United States when they can go to the neighboring countries right next door? Oh, man. Pisses me off, these fucking lies. A lot of people don't understand that illegal immigrants don't care if they get deported. A lot of them are here just to get the free money and send it back to build houses in their own country. That's 100% true, bro. The caravans are parked at Home Depot. That's where they're at, Destiny. They're parked at Home Depot, bro. Oh my God. But yeah, you guys got to understand my frustration debating this fuckhead, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. Safest third country is the main status, I do believe. Yeah, safest third country. Okay, fair enough there. If you go to the next one, you go to the, you have some limitations. Nevertheless, you remain in Mexico if you get to the fucking ending. All right, you remain in Mexico. But yeah, apparently these caravans are just a figment of our imagination, guys. Look, that doesn't exist.
No.
That does not exist, guys. That does not exist. The ones who are seeking asylum, they found out that it's only because they're from the area that has a high crime rate, like a lot of cities are in the United States. Yeah, a lot of democratic cities.
Yeah.
A lot of democratic cities, which I did bring up in the exchange yesterday in last night's debate. But yeah, dude, all this shit, figment of your imagination, guys. It never happened.
Nothing to see here.
Nothing to see here. Look, President-elect Biden has pledged aid to track the issues that drive many
to tackle the issue.
Oh, tackle the issues that drive many towards the United States. He's pledged to aid. Pledged aid. Aid. He's going to give them aid. He's pledged aid to tackle the issues that drive so many towards the United States.
You got AIDS.
Yes, you have AIDS. I gotta tell you, bud, but you have AIDS. Joe Biden, it must have been because you're mindless and you don't know what's going on. Or maybe it's all that unprotected sex that your son has. It isn't clear. But yeah, it is. I have hope and faith in God. And in the good person that the United States has elected through Latinos and Americans. The good person that America's elected. Faith in God. These fucking people, bro.
Oh, well, now we're diabolical.
They're fucking diabolical, bro. Where are the caravans at? Never happened, right? Trump has been selfish. Look at these fucking people, bro. Trump is selfish for not letting all 10 million us go into the fucking United States. Trump is a selfish piece of shit. Now we can get in because Biden is godly.
And we could get in and do whatever the fuck we want to people.
Whatever the fuck you want, bro. These fucking people, dude. The only big city that isn't straight blue in Tahoe, U.S. is Fort Worth. Oh, Texas, he means. Is Fort Worth. Is it? Wait. Does he mean Texas there?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, Texas, Fort Worth.
Yeah, because that's what I told you before. Like, all the major cities in Texas are all, like, Democrats.
Yeah, they're Democrats.
But now redistricting Texas.
That's going to help out a lot.
That's going to help out a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Jasmine Crockett is losing her seat.
Fuck that stupid fucking chick. Anyways. So as I already proved to you guys. Oh, he means all of the United States. Yeah, the big cities are usually always blue. That's true. So really quick. So Destiny, as I proved to you guys, is not a figment of your imagination, but Destiny wants to make it seem like it didn't happen. It was never there, guys. Never there.
Like what you put out, just like how in the 4 years before Donald Trump and the 4 years after Donald Trump and Biden, it was always like, there's the new caravan that's coming to the border. Here's the new
that was
illegals
true.
coming
There
to the
was
border.
caravans
Yeah,
coming
where
to the
are
border,
they?
yes.
Where are all the caravans?
Yeah,
what happened?
You didn't watch the news of the caravans going to the southern border?
Where did they go? What happened?
It's crazy to me how
Where did they
Destiny
go?
just wants to ignore it.
Did they all
Where
come
did
in
they
and
go?
blow
There's
everything
no
up? What's
caravans.
happening?
I'm just going to ignore them and pretend that they don't exist.
It's crazy that all of these illegals were supposed to come in. They were supposed to be overwhelming all the welfare centers and everything else, but they started raiding Home Depots to kick them out of their jobs. It's crazy that they're supposed to destroy the United States, but somehow they go to a place like California.
Talk faster, boy.
It's crazy to me. Here's a question: if legal immigrants are so destructive to the United States, why wouldn't Donald Trump just watch California fall apart? Why is he sending ICE to go do galloping horses?
Says here's a question, and let me give you like 100 more.
Things through McCarthy Park. I'm just saying, it's kind of crazy.
Calm down. Here's the thing.
You only have a couple minutes, Jake.
You only have a couple minutes. Calm it down. You just made this guy spurg out like a lunatic.
Here's the thing when it comes to Democrats, dude, especially when it comes to the raids, one thing with politicians, they're focusing more on the mass of ICE.
That is literally a hot topic right now, that they shouldn't be wearing masks. This is a hot topic, bro. I wanted to lead into more of the deportations at this point, but I was already running out of time. But I wanted to bring up that subject because I was going to lead into that. But whatever. Point is, that is a hot topic, okay?
than the actual issues here, right? They're saying, well, ICE is wearing masks, while simultaneously ignoring that all of the rioters, especially from BLM, from the LA riots, were also wearing masks too. Why were they doing that, Destiny?
Why?
Right?
Why were they doing
But
that,
yet
bro?
Democrats wants to shoot out to those types of issues that don't actually matter.
Listen, I'm just glad the Republicans moved on from thinking that wearing masks meant you were a Nazi or whatever. Because
So he's not even going to debate it. At that point, he's just being a smartass because he knows that the debate's already ended, right? Fair enough, Destiny. Good technique there. Saved by
Listen, I'm
the
just glad the
Travis.
Republicans moved on from thinking that wearing masks meant you were a Nazi or whatever. Because apparently that was the stance during COVID, I guess.
Okay. Well, at the same time, like I'm saying, I think Democrats always want to pivot to something that's not even there in the first place, right?
What do
Wearing
you mean?
masks, ICE wears masks. Donald Trump bad. This is stuff that's
Donald Trump
that's
is
always
bad. I think the issue
well,
that people
Donald
have
Trump's
with
Hitler,
people
right?
wearing
Destiny.
I don't think he's Hitler. Hitler's way smarter than Trump. Okay.
Well, they said it was
Donald Trump is
8
a real problem right
years
now, okay?
of that, right?
I'm just saying. I think that the issue related to
Calm
ICE
down,
wearing
guys. It
masks.
wasn't.
Woo! Yeah, Hitler's smarter than Trump. We hate Hitler, but he's smarter than Trump. Woo! Woo! Like, what the fuck is going on with these fucking idiot audience, bro? You know, they're gonna root because Hitler's smarter. Like Hitler that apparently killed 6 million Jews. Woo! Woo! Yeah! See how fucking low IQ these fucks are? OJ, you froze, bro. You froze.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, but you're there. You go.
me?
Yeah, we got you back.
Now?
Yeah.
Okay, no. What was I saying? Fuck, I just said it and then it had to interrupt. Never mind.
What was it about? It was about Hitler. They're fucking cheering for Hitler.
Oh, yeah.
He's smarter than
That's right,
Trump.
that's right.
Woo, like seals.
I think
And
that it
the
showed
Matrix is
liberals
getting
going back in
Omar
time
right
to kill- Damn it! Why?
the Matrix is getting
Hear
you,
me
bro.
now?
Yeah, we can hear you now. Go ahead.
Matrix, get it.
The Matrix is getting you, bro.
Again.
Yeah, the cheering
No.
for Mustache Man was a nice cherry on top. It was, bro. It's fucking
Yeah.
crazy. They're cheering for the Mustache Man over Trump. That's crazy, dude. Go on, OJ.
Yeah, no, you check out the Babylon Bee. They had it a video where a liberal goes back in time to kill Hitler, and Hitler's talking to this liberal, and they have the same
Same
ideas
ideology?
the whole time. Yeah. Dude, that's a funny ass video.
Fuck yeah, that is hilarious, bro. That is hilarious. But yeah, cheering for Hitler. That's the cherry on top, bro. I'm like, calm down, guys. It's not even funny. It's not even that. Like, seriously, what the hell are you guys doing? You guys hate Hitler so much, and now you're cheering for him. It's fucking insane. The lunacy of these fucking the audience members. They're so fucking dumb, bro. These people are so stupid, dude.
Isn't that funny?
The issue, I think
It wasn't that funny. Calm down.
I think the scary thing with ICE wearing masks is that when you have videos of people jumping out of vans and trying to black bag people, and then you've got your Roberto Garcia stories, you've got all these other weird stories, you've got Trump supporters whose wives are being shipped off to other countries, and the lack of due process and all of the challenges.
This
I know
guy's
it's funny
really
to you
drinking the
because things
Kool-Aid
actually
here,
matter or whatever,
as well
but
as
like,
your
yeah.
audience. All right, we're good on this?
Yeah.
All right, thanks, Destiny, so much for the exchange. By the way, I'm Jake Varr. You can find me on YouTube, Project VOPod on YouTube, man. I really appreciate it. Destiny, of course.
Now you can't hear it in the background, but they were booing me, bro. They were booing me. OJ, you were there in the audience. When I was like Project VOPod, they were like, boo. They were like, fuck that. We're not going to follow you, fucker. Right? Fucking insane, man.
Yeah.
Organized
Yeah, that's
insanity. Good to see you in the chat, my friend. Haven't seen you in a while. Reitler. No shit, bro. No shit, dude. But anyways, yeah, dude. It's crazy on that. They did boo me at the end. I thought it was hilarious, by the way. Super fucking funny.
That's that guy with an nail polish.
Thanks,
He was
Jake.
definitely-
Yeah.
Okay, give him
Yeah.
a round of applause.
Now, of course, Travis needs to have the last word because to back up Destiny's claim about the fentanyl shit, which was literally like fucking 5 seconds long, which I never really made the claim about Canada. Didn't care about Canada because I'm talking about the southern border. I said in general, southern border. I said, okay, fine, whatever. It's still a problem in general, you know? And so Travis needs to give out, well, it only makes up 1.5% of the fentanyl coming into the United States, which basically tells me that it's 98%, 98.5% at the southern border. Sounds like a problem at the southern border. Sounds like a fucking problem, if you ask me. So this is Travis right here.
Yeah, thanks. And also on the fentanyl issue, it's less than 1% of the fentanyl seizures coming over the border into the U.S. is coming from Canada, okay? That's my serious comment on the issue.
All right.
Yeah, so there you guys have it, bro. Fucking insanity, man. Insanity here, bro. Insanity.
They clapped for Hitler.
They clapped for Hitler. They did literally clap for Hitler. That's how
Fucking
stupid
stupid.
these people are. That's how stupid these people are, bro. Now, me personally, I'd clap for Hitler. Because I'll sit here and admit, I mean, fucking, we got some things going. Hitler wasn't all that bad. At least he burned, LGBTQ books for Germany. That's something good there. I would clap for that. But at the same time, like, yeah, dude, it's the hypocrisy of the left here. That was a good cherry on top, that's for sure. Okay, so really quick, before we end the show, I'm going to play you a little bit of this next debater. Now, this guy right here, I think his name was Nathan.
I think so.
I think his name was Nathan. So we'll see. Who cares, actually? But Nathan, when we got there to the event, we were sitting somewhere on the right, on the edge here. Nathan's sitting on the left. Now, Travis announced me, hey, Jake Varr from the first Detroit show is here, blah, blah, blah. We're going to put him up, first round against Destiny, whatever. And this guy right here, he's like, hey, man, I'm going to defend you. Tells me this. Remember that, right, OJ? Okay. So he says, Jake, I'm going to defend you. I have no idea what he's talking about. I was like, defend me? No idea. So I was just like, okay, cool, bro. All good. Now, didn't know what the hell he was talking about. Not only that, I was kind of focusing on the debate, so didn't really care to ask. But now, when he goes up on stage, now I understood what exactly he meant by defending me. So this guy's debate prompt is about the, if you guys remember the first encounter that I had with Destiny in Detroit, there was a particular piece of the debate that we were talking about cults. So this guy will explain it here.
All right, Destiny. So real quick, I just want to say that I have a proposition I want to debate you on. I'm a little bit worried that you're not going to think the proposition is pro-Trump. I think it is pro-Trump, and I can get into my reasoning for that, but I respect your time, and I don't want to... Okay.
Fuck that. Don't respect his time. See what I mean with these weak fucking debaters? Well, Destiny, I respect your time. What the fuck is this shit, dude? It's dishonest shit.
I can get into my reasoning for that, but I respect your time, and I don't want to... Okay. So basically, the claim is that... the claim is that I disagree with... I think a rhetorical point you were making in the first anti-Trump tour, ironically with Jake Varr. So Jake Varr claimed that he thinks the Democratic Party is a cult. You responded by asking him a question. You asked him a question. You said, okay, who is our cult leader? And then he responded by saying, I don't know. And then you responded by asking him a question. And the question was, well, isn't that kind of important? So I took that to be a rhetorical question. Okay, I took it to be that your point there was that it's important to know the cult leader if you're going to claim a group as a cult. And I disagree with that proposition. So I would take the negation of that proposition. So it's not the case that it's important that you need to know the cult leader if you're going to make a claim about the group being a cult.
I mean, like,
All
strictly
right.
speaking.
So that's there on that. I think this debate kind of like wasn't really that interesting, to be honest. With that,
Yeah,
wasn't really as high-powered as mine, to be perfectly fair. But at the end of the day, I mean, it is what it is. Now, I'll tell you this. We'll do last thoughts going forward. OJ, last thoughts on the show, my friend.
On your show, Liam? I think Destiny, like I said, you got him to spark out, so that was a great thing.
That was great.
Hey, when you did that, cut you out of the thumbnail. You know, you were not going to get that. They don't want to give you any more spotlight.
Yeah.
So I think that's what happened there. But like I said, Destiny just tries to use a lot of analogies and just try to get everybody to get thrown off of that shit.
Oh yeah, definitely, bro. So yeah, my last thoughts on everything, guys. I absolutely obliterated Destiny in this exchange. Very rare L on Destiny's part because he's very good at making it seem like he won something. But if you really break it down, he didn't answer my questions about the detorrents. He wasn't really doing the claims. He just said, well, the Republicans, they destroyed this bill that would have solved all our problems, so therefore Biden did a good job. Or Biden could have done better. And then he says, I don't care. Like, none of these are actual fucking arguments to my claim.
Yeah, he didn't answer any of it.
He didn't do jack shit, bro. Anyways, guys, we're going to send you off to Grid 1's debate. And guys, have a blessed rest of the night, man. We're going to send you off to Grid 1. Let him know that Jake Varr sent you guys. And yeah, we'll see you on the next episode of Project VealPod, man.
Later.
God bless, guys.